Start streaming. And I think it's going through now. Let's see if it loads up here. Hey, it did. Excellent, excellent connection. It
Connection.
says. I don't know why that was a hard word for me to say.
There we go.
Okay,
Popped
so
up in my
here's the
sub
stream
feed.
link.
I'm seeing it. I think we both sound good audio-wise. That's good.
Yeah, I did. I think I messed my settings last time to amplify my voice or something.
Good.
But if I'm still quiet, I probably do need to play around with that a little bit. There was like some filters to it or something. And
I don't know. You sound all right this time. Last time, I think you were like actually, you couldn't hear you, inaudible. But
yeah.
you sound fine. I might be like a little bit louder than you, but I don't think by that much.
Ow. Okay. Great. And my controller's working. I have sound over here, so I can also hear. I do have the wheel once again. The wheel does return.
Yay!
However, this time on the wheel, I already have a selection of games. I also already have one of the games in here, so I think I might just start with the game I have in the system currently, and then we can move on to another game. But there's a theme here right now on this list.
I'm seeing swords.
There are definitely some swords, some blades.
Hi, Naomi. 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 One of two.
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to make like a post to tell people that I'm streaming, aren't I? Isn't that what
Oh,
streamers
you should probably do that.
I mean, I could, I guess. I don't know. I don't really use social media much these days, but I guess I'll throw on there.
Alrighty. So which one is currently... What's the one that you currently have in there that's first up? Or is it going to be a surprise when you turn it on and we all gasp at the title screen?
I mean, I'll tell you right now, and it'll be a surprise right now because it'll be the first time you're hearing it. But I have something I picked up yesterday. It is Golden Axe Beast Rider.
Gotcha.
Do you know anything about this game?
I know there's one Golden Axe that everyone says is really bad. Is that the one?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, then that's what I know about it.
All right, great. Golden Axe, as you might know, is a series made by a little publisher, little game company. Used to make consoles, Sega.
Indie company Sega.
Yeah, indie company. Obscure, small little company Sega. They would make video games, and in the 1990s, they had the Golden Axe series, which got maybe 3 main series games and 2 spin-offs. And then this, a reboot in 2000, I want to say 7 or 8. And this game
Wouldn't you know it? They're doing it again.
Yeah, fun
well,
thing
they're
about
probably
this game.
not as bad this time.
This is developed by Secret Level, which we actually just recently played. Their Iron Man 2 game. They did the main console versions of the Iron Man games.
Yep, I do recall.
And then, I mean, I'm not sure the history of it, but when I'm looking at Secret Level, it seems like they don't make games anymore, so I'm guessing...
I think when I pulled up the Wikipedia page, they got I think they were the ones who got bought and are making mobile games. I think that was them.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Or maybe that was the Up guys, the guys who made Up.
Oh, Asoba?
Yeah, I think that might have been them. So never mind. I might have just lied.
Okay, great.
I wonder what the Casper devs are up to.
You know what? I actually was looking into that one more because there were some things I was curious about with the Casper game. I found out at the first level there is a secret chicken that you can find, like behind one of the walls, and so I was trying to figure that out, but I couldn't. Like a developer Easter egg of like their company logo, and there's like a big mystery because the chicken's like, "Hey, find me again. I'll tell you more of my story." And then no one's ever found him again in the game.
Wow.
Potentially.
I mean, you could probably data mine and get like his second dialogue thing. If
Yeah,
anyone
I
actually
was
cares,
thinking that, but at the same time, it seems like maybe just no one's ever thought to play that game.
Yeah, I think the issue is that no one cares.
Uria was besieged.
You
Its
need
land
your
swallowed one after another
title
by an
at the
evil
top of the
festering
Oh, right,
stream
that
bed
it was a
thing.
led by
surprise.
the demon Death
We are playing
The Axiarian
Golden
Sisterhood hoped
Axe
that an ancient ritual might
Beast
spare Axia from
Rider.
ruin.
Writers?
The gods can be
Rider.
cruel, even to their own.
We're getting some story right now, but there's no subtitles, so I just can't understand them.
Oh, let me make sure the game has audio. I did not.
I am hearing the audio, but I'm hoping that's coming
Okay,
through.
yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yes. Oh boy. This looks like it might be a violent game. Blood and gore. Blood and gore.
I mean, it kind of fits the vibe that Golden Axe was going for, but
I mean, the whole theme, like, once God of War became popular, right? Everyone wanted a God of War game.
yeah, of course.
And they had the Golden Axe series, which has just been on, I don't know, hiatus. So they thought, why not reboot our Golden Axe series?
Hello, Strike. I'm pretty sure it is a reboot.
Oh, most definitely. There's no way
right?
this
Yeah.
is supposed to be in line with the old stuff. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but they are making a new Golden Axe. We talked about this last time when we talked about Jet Set Radio. They're bringing back all their old IPs.
Yes, that's one of them. It looks fine. I don't have any strong connection to the Golden Axe IP, so I don't have any like preconceived notions of what a good or bad Golden Axe would look like. I'm not super into the side-scrolling beat-em-up genre in general, so
No, I will say that I think, and I say this a lot, Sega has a ton of IPs behind their belt, and a lot of their IPs end up playing very similar. That makes you wonder, why didn't they just focus in on like a couple? So
The
Sega
ceremony.
has a lot of
The
beat 'em ups.
Sisterhood will never forgive me if I am late.
I mean, it's usually just because different teams make them, or if it's by the same
Last
team.
one
Oh
is
yeah, this is
this.
this is not
Dogs
the
of the
same
Death Adder.
continuity.
Here,
But if it is by the same team, it's just like, oh, we wanted to try something different. Or in the case of like Virtua Fighter Fighting Vipers, they're like, oh, we wanted to make a game that appeals more to the American market, and then they didn't do that. I mean, they made the game, but it just didn't appeal to Americans.
Yeah. This game in particular, I believe, never came to Japan, despite I think the Golden Axe series being a little bit more beloved in Japan. I don't know. Sega, has all their arcade games, and in Japan, arcade gaming is way bigger than it is overseas. I think it pretty much all but died overseas, arcade gaming.
Golden Axe was better than a Sega. I don't know what that means, but it's definitely not the worst side-scrolling beat-em-up IP that Sega has, probably. Streets of Rage is like their other side-scroller. Obviously, Golden Axe is like a fantasy setting thing, so it's different, but I've played both. Oh, and Altered Beast, I guess, is like their third one. Those are, like,
I thought
the
that was a
core
side
three.
scroller.
Altered Beast is side-scroller, yeah.
But is it
They're
a
all,
beat 'em up?
they're all. Isn't it?
I don't know.
I
thought
played a
more
little
like
bit of it. I would have, in my head, I would have called it that.
Okay,
Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. It's been forever since I
light
played
and
it.
heavy swing. I will say, this feels very sluggish so far. Which is, when you're a hack and slash, you kind of want your things to feel fun and rapid and, like, enjoyable.
Well, is there like a skill tree? Can you level up your speed?
Yeah, I'm
maybe.
guessing that maybe this is just the beginning of the game, and that it will get a little bit more dicey later on. I smell an ambush. I must defend myself. When the attack
Evade
comes,
with
I will
something.
either evade or parry. Orange attacks, evade. Blue attacks, parry. If I fail to do this, I will surely die. Is this like my inner monologue?
Yeah.
Alright,
I do not like how this is written.
okay.
I will defend myself.
So then I do that for this one.
Yeah, Altered Beast is a beat 'em up.
Okay. Oh, I was supposed to parry that attack. Yeah, I always hate this part of many of these games where it's like, hey, it's a tutorial. You need to learn how to not get hit by a thing. So stand still and learn to not get hit by things. Like, it just breaks the pacing. And then, like, of course they're going to mess this up a few times. I've just started playing the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good that they're giving you a chance to learn, I guess, but yeah, it does feel kind of annoying.
Great.
Hello, Crimson Egg Gamer, welcome back.
Oh, okay, great. I can counter the boogeyman after I evade or parry. Quick counter, powerful counter, knockback counter. I am unstoppable.
So true.
So, okay, he's dead. He's turning into bone. Okay, and then I do this, and then I do...
At what point do you start riding beasts?
For a game called Beast Rider, I was expecting the game to start me on a beast and be like, we're raiding the king's castle, we have to go, quick, hurry, get on your beast and we will ride out.
No, you gotta...
I'm doing like a little arena fighter right now. Oh my, he's mixing me up. I don't associate the bumper buttons with colors, so knowing blue or orange does not help me in these scenarios. Oh, that guy's hacked.
I don't think having two defend buttons is even...
Yeah, why can't it just be one button? If I'm late to my parry, then making me evade.
Like, I get having a dodge button, which is fine, but it just feels weird that there's certain attacks that's like only dodge and other ones that are only parry.
I recently just played Shura's Wrath. That was a very cool game.
Yeah, a lot of people like that one. I have not played.
I would highly recommend it, especially if you like those Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. They're from the same developer, and I feel like there's a lot of little similarities. I also feel like if you just want to watch the cutscene, it's a pretty good story. The actual gameplay, I think, is maybe very on the light side, and so if you just want to enjoy it for the gameplay, you can do it that way. For the story.
Right now, I've been playing the latest Yakuza, the Pirate one.
Oh, yes.
I don't think the story's very good, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's fine, but if we're going from, like, a entire series tier list, it's not towards the top. I'm just... I don't know. I think part of the issue is that we're introducing... Oh, that guy got cut in half.
He sure did. Seems like that's a thing you can do.
Part of the issue is just like introducing pirates to the Yakuza world, which yes has like some wacky stuff going on, but it's not a side story thing. It's like the main plot is just like, yeah, there are pirates now. There's actually a lot of pirates and a lot of pirate ships. Wasn't there a thing to go collect?
Thing to collect?
Yeah, there's like a floating square.
I don't know.
I don't know.
My familiarity with the Golden Egg series is not very big. I've played the
Well,
first
I mean,
one.
it was glowing and it was rotating, so it just looks like a collectible.
The gate up ahead is something striking. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna ride that. That's Yoshi.
Oh my gosh. Finally. Oh.
Yes.
Well, it's good we eventually got to the beast riding. Sorry, let me go back to chat. Strike says this game looks like how a Conan the Barbarian game would probably look and play.
See, it's funny you mentioned that because on the list is also a Conan the Barbarian game.
Was it the one that came out like, I don't know, 5-ish years ago?
No, this is the 2007 one. So
Okay.
same time basically as this.
Got it,
And it's going for the same thing as well. It's trying to be a God of War-like game.
As was the style at the time.
Especially like right now, I have played the God of War games. You look at the health bar up there, you see you have the green bar and the red bar. That's exactly how that looks in God of War. So L2 to go faster. Am I supposed to like? Oh, okay. I can attack with him. Oh, he really doesn't control that well. This is like a step below Skyrim horse. If you know how that feels.
Also, never played Skyrim. I never got the urge, the call of the wild, to go in. A game really has to grab me for me to go like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this up and play it.
Skyrim's a 10 out of 10 game for me, but I mean that's just so. Oh, there might be nudity in this game.
Ah.
I didn't think Sega would do that on their IPs. This is a.
You got the case right there, don't you? Does it? What is the M for mature rating on it?
It says partial, but like I didn't think that meant like actual
Great
nudity.
Lord, your servant beseeches you.
Can I stream that on YouTube? Is
Find
that a
her
thing I can
worthy.
do? Am I gonna get in trouble here?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
Maybe I should switch games already. Maybe not risk it.
Is it maybe worth it for Golden Axe to be? Oh. Okay, you're on fire, but you're okay. Also.
It's okay though, because I think she has fire abilities. And so a little fire on her.
No, they stabbed him. Wow, this is just like Dragonheart. The movie Dragonheart.
I have not watched Dragonheart the movie. Oh look, it's the little elf guy, the dwarf guy. I consider him to be the protagonist of the series.
Behind you, girl!
Gilius Thunder guy,
Something like
Thunder
that.
Man. Yeah, I mean, Tyrus or whatever her name is also kind of. She's pretty iconic. I don't think this version of her is really iconic. She's kind of forgettable looking. She just, again, it's like every game at this time was doing a certain style,
Right.
and they were like, okay, we have to do that. And they even tried to make him look cool. They chopped off part of one of the horns on his helmet to be like, guys, it's cool and edgy. This isn't your granddad's Gilius. This is.
Well, that's a great question, because who is this for, right? Like, this game, this series, maybe started 1993, and their last big title was like 94, 95 even. And so he was sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I'm feeling nostalgic for God of... Or, I keep saying God of War, because I'm looking at it and think, God of War. No, Golden Axe.
Well, that's the point, is that it's not meant to be for Golden Axe. I mean, there's supposed to be some appeal, but Sega saw, like, okay, God of War is popular, what do we have in that same vein of, like, fantasy that we can kind of do, like, a 3D action beat-em-up? Or what intellectual property do we currently have that we could use? And this was at the top of the list, I guess. And they're just like, okay, we need to modernize it, which means chaps on what's her name? There's a bunch of DMC Devil May Cry videos on YouTube that give
Oh, they killed my Yoshi.
No.
I like that
Right,
thing.
change the stream title. It's just Golden Axe now. No Beast Rider.
Is it?
No.
Oh, I thought you meant that I accidentally did that as a title. You mean this?
No, that's what it is now. You're riderless. You're beastless.
Okay.
How come they don't let you play as Dwarf Man and you're stuck playing as her? What if you want to be a dwarf? What then?
I guess the dwarf just wasn't attractive enough to be playable.
Dang. Is he playable at all, or do you only play as her?
I believe you only play as Tyrus in this game. Tyrus?
That's messed up.
Well, yeah, that was the whole thing with the other two, is that you had the choice between 3 characters you could pick. You could pick...
Yeah.
Who was the guy with the big muscles?
I'm gonna be honest, he is the least iconic to me. I do not know his name.
I
I can look it up.
You can look it up.
I can look it up. Golden Axe, playable characters.
So, I'm realizing I might have forgot to ask you about a timer.
You know what? I remembered the title this time, so...
You got the title right,
this
so
one's on
you do get points.
Let's see, how much time do you want left? I will set one for you.
Let's just go for 20 minutes.
Okay. It has been done.
The timer thing is really just like, you know, I have a lot of games to maybe check out here, and I don't want to spend all my time just playing one game, especially if I'm like just not really feeling it. But I do want to give the game a chance, right? I don't want to be like, I'm not having fun in the first 3 minutes and turn it off.
Yeah.
I think 30 minutes is a good amount for, like, if you don't have your main thing going in 30 minutes, then are you ever going to pick up? Right. Like, I would say 10 minutes is probably what you need to get out through your sort of honeymoon tutorial phase. Where, yeah, you've given the player the things they need to actually play the game, now let them go.
The third guy's name is Axe Battler.
Ooh, Axe Battler.
Also known as Eric in some English localization games. I mean, I guess if it's called Golden Axe, then if his name is Axe, he's like the closest to a primary character. I just, you know, I just don't look at him and think Golden.
Oh, hey, Polly's here. Hey, welcome.
Wow.
I am finally doing streaming. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so here I am. And I decided to play random games from my game collection. Games I have not played, or games I need to play, and games I've just picked up, like this one, for example. Golden Axe, Beast Rider. It's a game I know is probably not very good, but I want to see what Sega was doing in the 2000s.
And I'm here to spin the wheel. And
so how much of a vice grip did God of War have on the game scene back then? Because, like, I feel like everything was trying to become God of War. Like, it was the next big thing.
I mean, he was essentially PlayStation's mascot for the PS3 era, wasn't he?
PS3, yeah.
So, pretty big.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird choice for Sega to try to make this into what it is currently. Again, it makes sense for the time it was, but I just don't think they had the moneymaker here on their hands.
Yeah, and I don't think Golden Axe is like an especially vibrant, colorful world or anything, but this game is very dull.
Golden Axe had
Very,
colors.
very brown world.
I mean, that was, again, just the time of games back then. Everything wanted to be realistic, and being realistic means not doing a whole lot with colors.
Sad.
Okay, so I have magic now.
Dragon's Fire, the simplest spell. That's kind of sad.
So, I kind of didn't really grasp a lot of the story leading up to the gameplay. Do I have any direction here? Like, what am I doing right now?
I'm gonna be honest with you, there are no subtitles and I have it muted, so...
I did check for subtitles. There were no subtitles.
Yeah, it's not your fault. This is on Sega for this one, so I have no idea. You may only pass between twin flames. So you just gotta light the torches with your fire.
Oh, Thank you for that. A little backseating. Is this ranking thing also a God of War thing? You haven't played God of War, have you?
I have not. That's going to be the answer to a lot of questions because I don't play that much.
I haven't played them in a little while, but I do recall there being like a rank system after fights. Although that just might be a lot of hack and slash games. There's a lot of hack and slash games.
Yeah,
Like,
DMC and all that stuff does it too. So
Shro's
I
Wrath
think
had a
it's-
ranking system after your fights. Okay, Fireball. Fireball. I thought the mana would be that little red bar on the top left, but that little red bar is gone. I think that was only for the beast.
Oh yeah, that was probably his HP.
Yeah. Which is also probably why he died.
That could explain it. Okay, so the thing I saw earlier was a little scroll like that, so it's just like a hint collectible that tells you how to play the game, I suppose.
I will say, making the transition from beat 'em ups to hack and slash is probably a pretty good way to take your franchise forward and modernize it. Because I think beat 'em ups are,
Is this even really a hack and slash? It's kind of just a 3D beat 'em up, isn't it?
well, that's a great question. So what is a hack and slash? By genre definition, I believe that would be where you're fighting more than 3 or 4 enemies at a time and you're cutting them down. I think we've
I
had up to
usually
4
think of
enemies.
them a lot faster paced as well.
Right. I feel like a beat 'em up though implies that it is from an angle, a viewpoint too. I know that's not the case. I know there are free to beat 'em ups, but I expect like a certain style of game where it's a really single button to attack and you're aiming around.
Maybe. I mean, Yakuza is a 3D beat 'em up,
Yeah, Yakuza does a free beat 'em
or
up. by that.
action game, or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know. I hate using action as a genre. I don't think that's a genre. I don't think we can say things are just action games because so many things
Well,
fall under that hat.
Well, I mean, puzzle game is the same thing. There's so many different kinds of puzzle games, so it's a
Right.
wider.
Well, at least with a
I
puzzle
mean,
game, I kind of know what I'm getting into.
Horror
But
movie. Horror movie is a genre, but then you have subgenres, which are like slasher or.
right. Not every game should be classified by like one genre. Like, you can have multiple things. I just don't think action really means much.
Yeah, it's not super descriptive. It just tells you that it's not like a
So many action
simulation.
games I find are a lot more like puzzle platformers than they actually are action games.
Yeah, it can depend.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that don't do subtitles. I feel like back then people just didn't really care for subtitles much.
Yeah, they're a lot better, even aside from subtitles, just with like accessibility settings.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's kind of expected that you have.
A lot of games I would play that don't have subtitles, they're trying to do a thing where like they're looking super immersive. I mean, this has its HUD here, so not really. Some other game I just played recently had 0 HUD. I didn't put that on the list because it had partial nudity on it, but I guess that's whatever now. Afro Samurai, I just picked this one up. Had no HUD on there or anything, which I thought was weird. I do think they had subtitles though. For most of the games. Okay, pressure switch.
Wow, new mechanic.
Oh, I have a run button.
Oh, that's useful.
I did think I was a little slow earlier for the amount of like space that they want me to travel, but I figured that was because I'm supposed to be beast riding right now, even though I have lost the trivial beast of the beast riding game.
I'll miss him. I forget what his name was, what species of Yoshi he was, but I'll miss him.
There's the pressure plate. I don't need
Yippee.
something to hold down on it. I thought maybe I would like push a rock onto it or something. I didn't figure out when this game was made. I think I suggested 2007.
Let me ask my handy dandy internet web browser.
Oh! There's a bear trap.
Two 2008.
2008. Okay, so this was the same time as Unleashed. Or the same year, at least.
Yeah. Man.
So I have a
I
job.
mean, speaking of Unleashed, there's the PC version now, so they need the...
Yeah, the D comp. That's interesting. I don't know, I'm the kind of person who, like, if I'm gonna play a game, I'm just gonna play it on a console. Like, I don't really feel the need to play Unleashed on PC. People will be like, you know, higher frame rates, performance, graphic. I don't know. I don't really care for any of that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I want to play something, I like sitting down at a console. If it's on my computer, it just doesn't really feel like focused.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's all the other programs in your web browser, it's like popping up. It's too much stuff. And then a lot of games just aren't optimized for PC either. So
it's so much harder to set up a game for PC than it is just to put it in a console.
I like the one-size-fits-all approach. Just nice. I just think it's funny with Unleashed, people have been asking for it to come to the computer for so long that they've just done it themselves, and now the Sega's kind of out of luck on that market.
I don't know. I like to look at things black and white, or what Devil's Advocate. I don't know. I like to look at things at different like sides of it, and I feel like this is probably not really a good thing in my opinion. Like, I think like you said, the Sega kind of misses out on that market. This isn't very good for Sega because, you know,
It's a torch.
I don't know why they didn't do an Unleashed PC remaster. I think for a lot of games, it makes more sense just to make new games and push those new games to... But they did, like, Colors.
You can light that torch, dude. I believe in you.
Torch? Oh, that thing's a torch?
Yeah,
I thought that was,
you
like,
were
some sort of
flashing.
crown.
No.
It just didn't look very torch-like to me.
Well, you've lit like 3 of them already, so...
I didn't really...
Not 3. You lit a couple of them.
It just didn't look like an area you would put a torch to me. It's like, look at these torches over here.
Yeah.
Those are prime torches.
Yep, it's just there as a puzzle.
They look like some sort of holy altar or something.
It does kind of look like the place where that dragon got dragon-hearted.
Something ahead looks kind of grim. How's that timer?
That's an excellent question. 8 minutes remain.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay, you can just take that. And,
Yeah, sure.
you don't have to worry about them. You just take that little hint thing.
I think that was lore that I picked up.
Yeah. He was
Okay,
telling
yes,
you
there's a
about
jump.
the Acterian Sisterhood, or whatever.
Something.
Which is,
I'm gonna be honest here, I don't really care much for the lore of Golden Axe, and I feel like they've done a really bad job setting me into this world. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't feel very invested.
all I know is Death Adder, who I assume
I do know the
is
name Death Adder. That's that guy.
He's the guy from Sega Heroes
Yeah,
who
screamed.
interacts with Dream. Wow, funny. Why is the axe golden? Does anybody know? Is it in,
Where is the
is that
golden
in the war? You certainly don't have it.
I don't have it. I thought the dwarf guy had it.
I don't think so. Let me see. Time to look up some Golden Axe lore. Golden Axe.
Again, the gameplay here is just kind of sluggish with the sword swings. I guess she has a broadsword, you call it, right? Or a long sword? I feel like she has a bit of a weight to her swings, but she looks like a really nimble character. Like, why would you pick this character type and then not give her like a short sword and let her just go spinning crazy with it, you know?
Yeah, missed opportunity, I guess.
I look really goofy running around with this big sword.
It's the style, though. For the, like, Conan type thing, you want a really big sword.
I guess.
So if you're doing, like, barbarians and stuff, that's just kind of the vibe you have to hit.
Sure.
So Death Adder wields the Golden Axe.
Okay.
So I would assume if the game is still called Golden Axe, then you have to have Death Adder or another villain.
I guess he's like maybe the poster boy. You put him on the cover for a lot of these games. Although,
I mean, it's like Soul Calibur. The Soul Calibur is like the evil sword, so it's kind of similar there.
yeah, he's
Or
nowhere
Soul
on the
Edge.
cover for Beast Rider though. $10, by the way.
You got ripped off.
Did I? I don't know. What's the going price for this?
Right, no, it's probably like $10. That's probably right.
It's on the lower side, I feel. Okay, I think I died. I have no health. Can I be dead? Oh, yeah, I'm dead. I got sliced. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to stream it to you directly.
Well, I guess you could have done that, yeah. Oh,
There you
I'm
go.
now seeing it directly. They are yapping.
What's the time's like what? Oh, I just respawn on the spot. I did to him what he did to me. That's revenge.
Yay. Oh, they also did Final Fight.
The secret level?
Yeah, in 2006.
Oh, they're responsible for that one?
Yeah.
I hear that one's a bit of a cult classic, but it's really not good.
It's a non-canon sequel to the original Final Fight developed by the American team of Capcom Productions Studio 8. Focuses on Final Fight, Revenge, and Maximum. Wait, are they not the same? Oh, I guess they're not the main people who did it. It just says they worked on it, but I think someone else is credited as like the main developer.
Okay, now that I know how to
Even
run, I can
worse.
actually catch this guy.
I do not like the little scampering goblins, I'm gonna be honest.
Is this like a serious tradition thing? Like, why am I doing this? This feels like a weird pace breaker.
I think they're just still putting you in the tutorial and they're introducing you to faster enemies.
I fought one earlier. Is this a pressure plate?
It is not.
Well, have I been over here before?
I don't think so. Nope.
Cutscene, so maybe not.
3 minutes. Axirian teleporter.
Cool. Is this
I don't like that the cult is just named after the axe or axe battler, one of the two.
So what did I just say? The magic is nearby, the portal's blocked or something?
I didn't see it because I was thinking about the other thing. Let me pause and rewind.
Or if you just
Teleport
look
is
at this...
inactive. The Titan's magic must be activated nearby.
Okay. I can't get through this door.
You have to find the wind key to unlock.
Open up and then I get on the mystic train. The mystic... is this it? That is a crate. But I didn't hit it before.
What's the difference?
Could this be it? No, I don't think so. I think I'm going in circles now. I have money too. I haven't
go
spent
for-
money yet.
Go back up to the altar.
Yeah, yeah. Altar's over here.
Let's see, 'cause I wasn't paying attention before. Is there
Oh,
anything
you,
we can light
you
on
know what? Is
fire?
it going to be? Yeah, let me see here. I should fire this. Fire. There's one thing that's lit and the other one's not, so maybe I need to go the other direction.
Oh yeah, it's probably just on the right. You're right, you're right.
Sometimes I know how to play video games. It just seems unintuitive to go down the mountain. Like, I feel like we've been progressing upwards. Ah, there's stuff. Yep. Okay, great.
I don't like that they have a teleporter. I know it's like a fantasy magic teleporter, but it feels like a little bit science fiction-y still to call it a teleporter.
Yeah, I feel like magic is one thing, but doing teleport magic is like very advanced. It feels like you shouldn't even have that in most like fantasy worlds. If you're just like a magic-oriented thing and it's not like a big fantasy, yeah, teleport magic's a pretty good one. But fantasy world feels like it should be fire.
Why didn't they hire the voice actor for Cyrus to just read these lines out instead of putting them on screen?
Yeah, it's weird that they're framed as internal monologues, but she's just not reading it out. I don't know, maybe it was a thing done later. I was gonna say, he's very whimsical for fighting this guy, and now we've gone back to his generic. Remember that when I got taught how to dodge and evade and parry?
I remember.
I don't remember how to do any of that stuff now. It was like the bumper,
One of them for orange and one of them for blue. And then you press buttons after.
I'm trying to press buttons after, but it's really slow. Oh, that was the wrong one. I can't tell if it's stream settings, but I feel like the sound effects are slightly delayed. I'm willing to think it's just a game though, because I didn't have this issue playing before.
Yeah. Weird.
Alright, I got like a minute left. I'm gonna get to this teleporter. Hopefully it's like
You've got negative time actually. It ended while you were fighting that guy, but I wanted to let you finish that up. But you'll probably get like a checkpoint or something after you teleport.
Yeah, this has to be
here,
like a checkpoint or a
level.
cutscene or a thing. Yeah, okay, great. Challenge complete. Challenge mode. In challenge mode, you can replay and company. Alright, whatever. Ooh, Xurian Blade.
Xurian Blade.
Yippee!
Xurian Plains Rider.
Oh, close?
I guess it makes sense if you're making a game at this point in time with a female protagonist, you need to give her costumes, in quotes.
In quotes. I could really hear the PlayStation 3 making some noises over there, which is not done in for most games I've played.
Question for you, you probably can't answer, but Coolest528 says, do you ever want to think to bring the Freedom Fighters to Sonic Speed Simulator?
Short answer, no, but a little bit more in depth to an answer, I would say that there are a lot of characters in the Sonic franchise now, tons of them, and characters like the Freedom Fighters don't really have a place with all the current characters anymore. I think that's kind of noticeable from the late Archie stuff where they were struggling to balance in the game characters with the already existing Freedom Fighters. Sega's done a thing now, and they've really tried to focus the Sonic series on the current continuity of the current things, and there's just not a world for the Freedom Fighters in there.
Yeah, to add on to that, the reason they made the Freedom Fighters in the first place is that when they were making like shows and comics for Western territories, specifically America, but they put them out elsewhere too, Sonic didn't really have an extended cast yet. And you see this in Sonic the Comic too. They have like Johnny Lightfoot and
right, there was nothing yet in the comics to really build off of. And so everyone was kind of doing their own thing. The US had Freedom Fighters, UK had, I don't know what you call that team in Sonic the Comic, but those characters. And then Japan was also building out their characters through the manga. Not all those games, but Amy and Charmy at least.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that is Golden Axe and Beast Rider.
Yay!
We're going to go to the list. I'm going to zoom in the list so it can be read.
I also think at the time, back in the day, like you said, they didn't have a lot of side characters yet. But as they've continued going, you know, originally you have Rotor, who's like the tech guy, and it's like, oh, you know, we need a dude who can do gadgets and machines. But then they made Tails, who kind of does that thing, and then even in SATAM and other stuff where Tails is there, he can't really be the gadget guy because that's Rotor, so he's like just a little brother character who tags along.
It's weird
they kind of
because
had to modify him so they can fit into that.
that continuity lasted for so long, and then suddenly in the game started becoming the gadget character. Which, do we know when he started becoming the gadget character? I feel like that was probably Sonic Adventure at the least.
I mean, Sonic Adventure was mostly just a continuation of what he was doing in the classics, right? Like, he was still flying a plane, but he was tinkering with it for the first time, like, as to what we knew. Before that, he hadn't really, but that's more so just like, oh, you know, he flies the plane, why, he should be able to modify it, you know? That makes sense. Sonic Adventure 2 is the first time you really see him where not only has he modified the plane, but now he's, like, making the fake Chaos Emerald, he's making... You know, his plane turns into a robot mech, and it's got guns, and it's
quite a jump.
I think that one's like the first time that he really goes up on it.
I'm thinking 4 for Golden Axe on my rating.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Mario 646464 says, "Hi Nibroc, big fan. I have a request. Do you think you can play the first video game ever? Thanks."
So was that Pong?
I think there are things that predate Pong.
Probably.
So that's a no then. It's a no.
The first video game was like a tennis thing. It wasn't called Pong yet, but then Pong kind of became what that was, I think.
Probably, let's see. First video game. Let's look it up right now.
We'll do it
First
live.
video game is generally considered to be either OXO, 1952, or Tennis for Two, 1958.
Tennis.
OXO is tic-tac-toe, but on a computer, I guess.
Sure. Okay, so, I have other games here. I have a couple Sega games, so we could make this a Sega theme, or I could go through what I had on my list originally, which was mostly God of War clones, but I'm feeling like that's going to really fatigue me very quickly. So, I'm going to clear out that list, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do sort by not played games, and we're going to set them by play desirability. And here we go. We just have a list of all the games that I have not played. I'm now going to sort them by the ones I actually have set up. So I just got the PlayStation 3 set up. PlayStation 4. So I got to add that to the list. Xbox 360. I don't think the Xbox One is set up. And of course the GameCube set up. Now I have this list, and we've marked this down to 51 games. And so I will put 51 games on the wheel!
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm ready to do the honors when you're ready for me to do them.
Yes, so when you say spin, I will spin the wheel.
Alright guys, it's time for our favorite segment, the part where I say spin the wheel and then he spins the wheel.
Well, you just said spin the wheel, so I spun it.
Spin the wheel.
Okay, we did it. And we are getting Resident Evil 3. Like
Yay.
the PlayStation 4 version. Okay, yeah. Oh, geez. You know what? I probably have to install that, don't I?
That could be an issue.
Let me see what that's like real quick here. So let me go plug the PlayStation 4 in.
Okay.
1 second.
Hello, Sonic Guru. Yeah, his game collecting sheet is the work of a madman. He's very organized, in a way that I will never be. I just have my stuff on a shelf, and if I'm interested, I go, oh, maybe I'll play that, but usually I don't. I have a hard time going back to stuff. I'm still in the middle of Secret Rings, but one day I'll go back and finish.
Okay, the PlayStation 4 is on, but I'm not seeing it show up on the HDMI input, so let me keep trying.
Okay. Remind me to remind him to change the title and also set a timer when we start the next game. Very important. Oh, I'm seeing the PS4 thing come up. We're in.
Wonderful, I got it. Okay.
Yippee.
Resident Evil 3 might be a game that I had on the disc, so let me. Well, it should be. I didn't put any digital games, so let me go grab that.
Oh man, you still got the KOF 14 theme on it. I think mine actually is too. I think I have the Shermie KOF 14 theme. Nibroc and I have played. We're not very good at it, but we really like King of Fighters. So we played a lot of King of Fighters together. What are your King of Fighters mains other than
Oh,
Athena?
well, other than
Obviously.
Athena.
Is it Vice or Mature that you like? You like one of them. Hence the theme.
I like Mature.
Okay, Mature.
And then
I like one of the characters, but I'm not very good at playing most of them.
I play Clark just because he's easy to play. I could get some easy wins with Clark. I did try to play the protagonist of those ones. I forget his name now. I'm so out of touch on King of Fighters now. I miss All Stars. There is a Resident Evil game that I'm a little bit more interested in playing that I have not played. So if this one is going to be, I have to install. It's, what is this?
It might be so over.
Or do I need to? Ah.
Oh, there's not enough free space.
We're talking about how I like playing physical games because there's so much less plug and play issues. I forgot the PlayStation 4 era. That's when it starts becoming a bit of an issue to start just throwing a random game in and playing them because I have to sum up. So
they don't optimize files and put everything in post-launch patches.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to take PlayStation 3 games off the list or 4. And we're going to spin it again. Or we could substitute this for the other Resident Evil game I have, Raccoon City. I leave that up to you. What would you prefer?
Oh, well, we got to take PS4 off of there in general anyways, right?
Yeah, so you just want to spin it again?
So, yeah, let's just spin it again.
Okay.
Sonic Guru has shelves ordered by console, then alphabetical, except for when there's a chronological series. The Shadow comes after Sonic Heroes and not putting it in the SH category, which would be before SO.
My shelves are ordered by console, but I don't do any alphabetical things to them. They're just all up there. I do sometimes put some games close to each other. Like I try to put the Sonic ones together, but I can see over here I have like a couple Sonic games together, and then just the other ones are all random.
For someone who has a spreadsheet of every single game that they own, it's I'm kind of surprised that your shelves aren't ordered.
Well, that's why I made the spreadsheet, because I don't remember things. Okay, so I have removed PlayStation 4 games. I think there was only 4 games on there that were PlayStation 4. And so we'll put this away. So would you like to spin the wheel, Sherlock?
Spin that wheel?
Yeah, spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spinning.
Spinning.
It could be anything. It could even be
Mario sorts them by year.
cool. Looks like we're getting Beach Strikers. That's a game you're familiar with, isn't it?
I am familiar with it. Let me look up the cheat codes for you.
All right, you do that while I get the game going.
Beat Strikers, for those who don't know, the people who make Virtua Fighter and Fighting Vipers and other things, Sega AM2 made a volleyball simulation game. You may remember last time we played a volleyball simulation game. This is also that, but just Sega's. There's nothing especially significant about it. I played it for a little bit, and I think it's okay. But they have some Sega costumes and stuff. I need to look up beach. Sorry, I called it strikers instead of spikers. I think it might even be listed wrong in his list, maybe. Beach spikers. Cheats. Yeah, I think there is a Sonic in Beach Spikers. You are correct.
Okay.
I am realizing it is incorrect on your list. It's Beach Spikers and not Beach Strikers.
I mean, let me make sure I even have the right game.
But I think there's also a Virtua Strikers or something similar, so you're not too far off.
All right, so here's the game, and it's not what's in the GameCube right now. I just realized. Hold on, this is the wrong game.
Uh-oh. Perhaps it's fate. Perhaps we were meant to see Mickey Mouse. So among the costume list for Beach Spikers, they have Daytona USA uniforms, they have Fighting Vipers uniforms, which are specifically a honey costume based on her Player 1 and 2 colors from Fighting Vipers 2. There's Phantasy Star 2. There's just Sega costumes. I think they're just like, it's just like a Sega logo.
Like a playable Sega logo?
No, I think you get like a like bikini or whatever, or like a one-piece suit that just says Sega on it.
Sega.
And then there's Space Channel 5 and Virtua Cop.
Very cool. No, this still has the little registration thing. You got an image of Sonic on there. See, guys,
Oh, yeah.
we're playing a Sonic game.
Yay.
Actually, the whole reason I bought this game is because Sonic is in it.
True. Sonic Guru did mention. I did forget, but I did also know that at one point when I played it. Because I did like free cam stuff.
Yeah, so this is here because it's a Sonic game, technically. Well, I mean, in the most technical sense. I paid $30 for this. Why did I pay $30 for this?
That is too much. That is entirely too much.
GameCube games in general are just expensive these days because they're in high demand. I remember I saw like Happy Feet, and that was like $20. Like Happy Feet's not a $20 game.
Well, we'll see how this compares and rates against whatever Beach Volleyball Jam Super Deluxe that we played the other day.
Yeah, the PlayStation. This was on both systems though, wasn't it? Or is this only on GameCube?
I don't know what consoles it's on. I know it's an arcade game, but I think I also played the GameCube one.
Is it
I
on?
can think that. Yeah, this is a Sega Naomi game. Naomi.
Oh. I mean, I guess AM2 they did all this. All right, so where were the?
Yeah.
How do I get to the cheat menu?
On the name selection screen, type the following password to unlock outfits.
Name selection?
Yeah. Might be an options. It's so long that I don't remember.
Maybe I go to save and then it's like. All right, there's the GameCube.
Wow.
Arcade rules. I just go to
Maybe
arcade.
just in arcade. Oh, or maybe not.
Okay.
Oh, maybe go down to edit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, it wants to load something. I guess you have to do it from there. So, however we get to the edit teams, that's what we want to do.
I can't even go back anymore.
Yeah, I guess just start and then quit and then go back. So there must be a way to. There's like a way to create your own characters, I guess.
Well, maybe I should just play a simple round of the game before we get into the cheats.
I guess. I mean, the cheats are just costumes, pretty much. So.
Sure. I would like to see the giant Sonic statue. That's... Okay, I don't know what I did there at all.
They've got ads. That's good. We like ads. Oh,
We like
blew
ads.
It. Blew the serve. This is riveting volleyball gameplay. This is what the people want. Coolest528 said, my friend had a idea. Can we create our own custom skins in Sonic Speed Simulator?
Yes, you can do that. If you go and you edit your Roblox settings, you can make your own custom character in Sonic Speed Simulator by editing your Roblox avatar.
That is kind of true. You can just use your Roblox avatar.
Yeah.
They're pretty advanced these days. A lot of people have like really good custom Sonic
Right,
parts.
I don't think... I mean, like, obviously the animations are meant for a Robloxian character, but you can do some pretty cool things with what they allow you to do on there. I don't think a custom character thing's happening. Like, I don't think that's... We're way past the point of doing something like that for the game, so... Just wouldn't happen. Oh, man. That was brutal.
I think it would just be a lot of work to implement too, just in general. To do something like that, you got to make all the pieces and make sure they work together, and then have a system to like swap back and forth in game.
Yeah, I
Not
also just
easy.
don't think it's something Sega wants to do either.
Yeah, they haven't really. I mean, I guess there was like making your own Metal Sonic in Superstars, but other than Forces, they haven't really tried to do that.
They've
yet.
used those characters since then, the custom characters,
now
but I
they're
don't
just
think
like
they
the
want people to
default.
do making their own things anymore. I don't think that was really... I don't know.
I think a big problem was just having a story mode where two of your characters don't talk in Forces. So one of the issues with a custom character is that they're supposed to be you. They can't say anything.
Yeah. I don't know, just in general, I think it was just kind of Sega following trends, and so it was a trend to make a custom character thing, you know, at that time.
Yeah. Congratulations, Team Italy. You did it.
So, the gameplay here is really basic, but it's easier to understand than the previous game. But I think I like what the previous game was doing better. Because, like, this one, the ball's just kind of... Oh, okay, well, I knocked that out, but... I was trying to say, like, it's, like we said before, by having, like, the exact where you need to stand for the ball, all you're doing is just getting the place and then timing the hit like that. There's not a lot to it. It doesn't seem like I can aim the ball either, which I could aim the ball in the other game. In general, just volleyball's really not good to make a game off of. I've just not seen it done well.
Great video game sport. I mean, I get there's like the passing to your other guy and then popping it over. You know, there's like a little bit going on there, but if this was singles volleyball instead of doubles, it would actually be so over.
I've never even seen a game do doubles volleyball. Or singles.
I don't know, is there normally singles volleyball? Do they do that?
I don't know.
They
That's
might not.
I don't know.
I was just thinking tennis, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen singles volleyball either. I'm glad they animated the two of them hitting up the water balls for the Gatorade.
You definitely need some water. Oh.
I mean, it's better than what they could have animated instead. Beach Spikers is very low on the, I guess we'll refer to it as fan service in volleyball video games.
It is rated E.
Yeah, it's pretty much just volleyball.
I don't know. I don't really understand how this would be an E game. I lost? What do you mean continue? Okay, well, I'm quitting now. Okay, World Tour? There's gotta be like an edit thing here.
Okay, new game. Oh yeah, there we go. So in the name entry, and you type in different names, you can get different costume parts.
Okay, cool.
So, do you want Daytona USA? Do you want Fighting Vipers? Do you want Fantasy
Let's
Star?
get Fighting Vipers because that's the one I think has the most.
F Vipers.
All right. Hey, noises.
Okay, and then that's unlocked. Do you want to do the other ones while you're here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Daytona.
I just typed in Daytona.
Yep.
Easy enough. Daytona!
Let's go away. Okay, next one is Phantasy Star 2. So it's PHANTA 2. Fanta 2. And
I just bought some other Phantasy Star 2 game recently.
online or just regular Phantasy Star 2?
I don't know anything. So it's Phantasy Star Universe Ambitions of the Luminous. But I
That's
believe
definitely online.
I
'Cause
believe
Phantasy
this is an
Star just
expansion
regular,
to a
like,
game.
The regular Phantasy Star series is like, I mean, they're science fiction elements, but it's for the most part very heavy on the fantasy, and Phantasy Star Online is like space stuff. Okay, Phanta 2. Next one is OH.
Oh.
TO. R. II.
What'd that get me?
Okay. That got you Sega costumes. I think it's just the Sega logos, but as long
Okay.
as we're here.
Yeah, is there anything
next-
left?
Space Channel 5, it's Arakata. ARA.
ARA.
KATA.
KATA?
Yes, kata.
Okay, that's it?
Okay, and last one is for Virtua Cop. It's Justice.
What if I wanted to name my thing Justice? You're not gonna let me?
I guess not.
Okay.
Okay, that should be all of them. Everything else is just unlockable, so you would actually have to play the game for it. Oh, apparently there's a button combo you can do during World Tour mode, where if you press and hold L and R while the announcer says the round number and team names, it will start assigning you points based on, like, serves, tosses, spikes, and other stuff. So,
Okay.
I mean, if you want, like, ranks and grades, you got
How
it.
many uniforms do I have already?
A lot. The Daytona uniforms are 107 and 108. Fighting Vipers is
There's the
109,
police
110.
ones. That's probably Daytona.
No, the first
Space
two were...
Channel.
The ugly
Sega.
red and blue one was Honey.
Really, that was it?
Yeah, you didn't get that many.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that's Honey. Because it's her Fighting Vipers 2 outfit. And then with it, you also got her hair. Oh yeah, and you also have Ulala.
I feel like I should do the ooh la la hair then.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, the ponytails on Honeys aren't very good anyways.
Yeah.
Space Channel give you the outfit too? I think it did.
Yeah.
You may as well just go with the Space Channel costume, because I think the Fighting Vipers one is kind of ugly anyways.
I thought it'd be like just her normal outfit. Okay, so is it just me, or is her skin like overly saturated?
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. I think they're just tan because it's volleyball, but I don't think you can do anything about it.
No, we're already at max brightness, it seems.
Oh wow, sunglasses. Sunglasses 94 are from Virtua Cop.
Okay. Sure. Is there eyes? So really basic settings. Okay, well,
Yep.
we're done here.
Rock on. Also, you have to make a partner. Yeah. So, I don't know, you can make her one of the others, or you can have two Ulalas and just put her in the other color costume.
Let's see what they have.
I will say, having a character creator, I guess, is nicer than the other game, which just had like a couple generic people and then those weird unlockables.
Sure. You do get to kind of personalize it more, but I don't know.
I think if they had more interesting characters than the other ones, I would say that's better, but they were all pretty generic. So I think it's better to just be like, oh, do it yourself if you want. I mean, they have their generic defaults too for like the arcade mode.
Oh, the face type also changes the skin type.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, do you think they... Did I get
Let me
face
see
types
what
with
that
the...
is. Honey is face 51. Fantasy Star 2 is face 53.
Okay, and this is Ulala, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Issue 5. It's not listed on the cheat website that I'm looking at, but yeah, that's like for sure her face. Are we making her green?
Yeah, this is Evil Ulala. And I don't have a uniform option. Why is this? Oh, because she's going to wear the same uniform I'm going to wear.
Yeah, they're on a team together, so they match.
Understandable now.
Unfortunate.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they got stats.
I don't know. Just balance it, I guess. Maybe I should have done responsiveness.
Well, it's too late. We'll never know now.
I'll know when... Pringles! Pringle stage.
Pringle stage. You know what? They're bringing me back around. I forgot that there were brands in the game.
USA versus England.
Yo.
Oh, that's Pringles, all right.
Okay, this is... I think they get at least a full ranking point up based on Pringle stage alone. They have whimsy in a way that the other game did not.
No, yeah, the other game is very boring compared to this.
They did have volleyball arrows, though.
Yeah, sure. Maybe the other one had the slightly better gameplay. Although, I don't know. This one's like a little bit simpler. Okay, so that wasn't on me. That was the NPC.
She's only level 3, be nice to her.
But why did she hit the ball that way?
I think when you do a dive, you just hit it like whatever direction you dive for it. Pretty much. At least that's what it seems to be.
I'm not even controlling the NPC. They're throwing.
Yeah, I did also encounter this issue when I played it, and it was why I stopped playing. I think you have to like grind to level up your computer before they actually start being useful at all.
How am I supposed to grind?
I think you just have to keep playing. I think even if you lose, you probably get experience. Maybe. Right at him. Just right at him.
I beg of you!
She's just letting it drop.
I balanced the stats! No!
No!
You're losing. Dude,
They might have lost the stat point.
I'm reprimanding. You were getting reprimanded. You sucked out there. You don't get your bag of Pringles.
Yeah, Pringles brought you guys up a tad. I think it's gone back down from the computer that I forgot was so bad. I get the whole point is like, oh, you can level them up and they'll be so good after you level them up.
Right, I get it. It's like
If you're gonna start them where they're just throwing the ball out of the ring, bad. The ball comes right to them and they just drop it. Why?
that timing's very hard.
It's just no good. Oh, did she get it? She got the set.
She did it well. One ball in. We're losing the game because of you.
Exciting spike.
Exciting spike. No, what are you doing?
Fantastic.
This is really upsetting. Why would they make the NPC this bad to start with? Like, why even do this whole thing with the NPC anyway? It feels like a needless, tacked on mechanic.
I mean, a lot of games had World Tour mode sports at the time, and even now. And a lot of it is like, oh, you know, you either level up your team or something. And I guess this is what they went for.
I love how there's just so much Pringles in this stage.
There's so much Pringles.
There's just like every bit of this stage is just Pringles. Yippee!
Yeah, shit, let the ball go out.
Okay. Don't mess
Okay,
this
okay.
up. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. You
Mess
didn't
it up.
even go for it. Yeah!
Replay.
Come back, come back.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I think the sand looks pretty nice. I'll give them that.
Sure.
Please select the action.
Probably
Okay.
looks better on arcade and not the GameCube.
I'm going to encourage you this time. I think you can do better. Alright, we're at 50% teamwork.
Yeah, you did drop it last time when you reprimanded, so you've recovered the 4 stat points you went down. You should have reprimanded.
I should have reprimanded. This
I don't
is
know if
not
it actually
acceptable
did really
volleyball
good
gameplay.
reprimanding.
What?
You lose.
Hopefully you get experience points. If you don't, it might actually be hopeless.
Nah, don't hug her. She doesn't deserve that.
Sega Beach Volleyball Federation.
A new stage is now available.
Oh, you unlocked Pringles World.
Did I? Is that what I just unlocked?
I would assume.
Okay, so I got 4 points.
Okay,
What
yeah,
was
you gotta
her
do it
biggest
again.
issue? Was she just was not like?
I mean, receiving is, right?
Is that receiving?
Yeah, I think that would be... Because serving is when you start with it. Receiving is just whenever the ball goes to you.
Okay, and then
Oh, or response.
oh, you know what?
maybe.
Actually, I'm just gonna put it all in response. I'm just gonna hope she wakes up now.
Yeah, receive and response are probably the two that factor into that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Cam.
Pringles
uh,
volleyball.
This is Sega's very awesome, very cool volleyball game.
Japan versus
Beach Bikers.
USA. Losers will be ranked 13th place.
Did I pick USA?
Oh, you don't want that to happen. Yeah, you're USA. I think
Oh.
that might have been default.
I thought I picked Italy, but that was a previous round.
Yeah, that was arcade.
Oh, we got a volley going.
there
We got a volley going. Come on, come on.
Let's go. There is a Sonic stage in this game that we will get to if we ever get out of the Pringle world.
I don't think that's happening.
It could. You don't know that. You just have to level up green Ooh La La to get there. Okay,
That's
yeah,
that's Ugg Law or something. I don't know. Come on, please.
Court change.
could happen.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna be out.
Yeah, me too, but she stood in the way.
I mean, you saved me, I guess.
Yeah, so the Ulalas are because we have a custom character system in this game, and if you put in certain codes in the name selection, you get to unlock Sega parts.
Yeah.
So we have Ulala 1 and Ulala 2. There's Honey Fighting Vipers 2. There's a Daytona costume. There's a Virtua Cop costume. And I think I'm missing one, but there's various.
Phantasy
You
Star.
can look them up for yourself. Oh yeah, Phantasy Star 2. There's Nell or Nay, whatever her name is, the one with the pointy ears.
I didn't know that Phantasy Star had like
Select the action to give to your partner.
oh.
Reprimanding hurts your teamwork. I don't know if it's actually a good strategy to do it.
Well, I'm hoping that she will play better now because I reprimanded her.
Maybe.
I mean, that was not a good sign.
She's not playing better.
Ooh. Guys, I think we're losing this. We haven't got a single point so far.
Yeah, I say she's playing worse.
Is this a two-player game? Yeah, it looks like I could do multiplayer on this, but
Probably.
I don't have a very good way of setting this up on an actual console for two
It says one
players.
player and computer on your side, so there's definitely 2 players.
Yeah. All right. Well, we only got 1 point for
I'd
that
tap
game.
in if I could, but you know.
So we're gonna go up and receive. We'll put serve up 1 as well. So we're just progressing even though we're losing?
Yeah, so you're in like a tournament world tour thing, so you just keep going, and then you get chucked into like bottoms pools, I think.
Next game is first match.
So if I lose the first match of every round, I will still get to go around the whole world?
I don't know.
I feel like I just get kicked out eventually.
Mikasa Volleyball World.
So like they're a volleyball brand, I guess.
Probably.
Hey, that was a ball in.
Coca-Cola advertisement. I love Coca-Cola brand products.
Great.
Oh, whew.
Dang, they got you on that one.
that was a...
Outplayed.
Fantastic.
I mean, wasn't mine to get anyway. Please. Please. I've never had to fight with an AI before like this.
Of all time.
Court change.
Remember back when he was playing arcade mode and the computer was actually
Like,
functioning? I remember.
I do think it's an interesting mechanic to have to level up your teammate because it does give you kind of a, like, oh, you get better as you go along. You guys get better at working together. Like volleyball's like a game of teamwork, so
Yeah,
I
but
get-
it should function on a basic level and not just drop every ball all the time.
right. Like this is an easy setup. Like don't mess that up. Great.
Like, how do you even get to a world tour scenario if you can't actually play volleyball? Like, that's your skill level.
Oh, there's Coca-Cola in here. I thought you were just saying
Doesn't make
Coca-Cola for no reason.
Great.
Did Coca-Cola really need to like partner themselves with this game? Like, is this the one?
I guess.
Please select the action to give to your partner.
Okay, are we going to, I don't know if praise is going to work. Maybe encourage or do nothing.
Whoops, I meant to hit encourage. I shouldn't praise that behavior. That was terrible. We lost teamwork points because of that.
Yeah, you chose the wrong one. I think if you're not doing good and you praise, it comes off as not very good.
Okay. Where are we going with that?
Up, up, and away. Alright, any moment now they're going to turn this game around and Team China's going down.
Any moment now. I'm waiting
Any
for it
moment
too. Oh! Why would you do that? You don't even have that much power. Why are you serving it so hard? That's 2, baby. We got 2 points.
Oh yeah, not that it was the topic of conversation, but I have not yet hopped on Speed Sim to start grinding the Battle Pass.
Oh yes, the battle pass.
I guess not a Battle Pass, the Season Pass.
No, fast pass is what we call it.
The Fast Pass. Oh, she went for it. I'm excited. The new Amy looks cool.
Yeah, fortune teller, Amy.
Oh, oh. And I also saw that the Warlock Shadow has a new ability, which is fun.
Yeah, both of those characters have some abilities on them. It was something we were kind of trying to find the right time to put out some new things, and so we're just kind of experimenting with those skins.
It's so hard to even know what to what to level up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to like get those ones that are a 0 up to a 1, because maybe that's why some of those things are so bad right now.
Mhm.
And then I'll just try to balance out. But I think receiving response is important. I think the reason they're missing the ball is the response is too low.
Maybe.
Ah,
Dang.
I don't think I would have got that even if I was good at this game.
The Germans are killing you, dude.
Yeah.
This is not good. It's okay though. We have to get to the Sonic worlds, and then we can quit after that.
Yeah, that's probably a good stopping point. Do you know like where the worlds are? Like how long am I gonna have to go through this?
I saw it at some point during when I played. I don't think I got that far into World Tour, so hopefully it's not that far in. Although maybe it's random. I don't remember.
Sure, it could be.
I think I've seen Pringles World before, though.
I'm guessing there's a Coca-Cola world.
There could be. A lot of games, maybe not a lot. Last Bronx is one of the Sega games from. That was a little bit earlier because that was the mid-90s.
AM3 did that one, right?
AM3 did do that one. But Last Bronx has a lot of advertisements in their like central Tokyo area.
Please select the action to give to your partner.
Oh, well, he keeps going for reprimand and it never helps.
Look, this
You gotta
team, we
encourage
gotta go.
them.
We gotta get worse before we can get better.
That's not how it works.
Come on, set that up. Set that up. Okay, I was not in the right spot. If you're not in the right spot and you go for the ball, it like hits it behind you. Or something like that, where I just don't even get the ball right.
Yeah, I think the dive just like chucks it forward usually.
Hmm.
So it just goes wherever you're pointing,
Oh.
opposed to letting you aim.
Oh, they still got that in? Yeah. Mm.
It's looking bleak, volleyball fans.
Court change. Match point.
You got this, you got this. Oh. Maybe not.
Don't touch me.
Sega
It's
beats
okay, their
Volleyball
teamwork is
Federation.
suffering, and they hate each other, but surely it'll be alright.
Okay, I guess we just keep going. Holiday Inn.
Holiday
Oh,
Inn
fun.
stage.
I love Holiday Inn brand hotels and vacation
First match, Jamaica versus
locations,
USA.
business, travel, lodgings.
Wow, there sure are a lot of Holiday Inn signs around here.
Well,
I
there
wonder what
seems to be
Holiday
in the
Inn
game,
does.
so I hope so.
That was out. I don't know why they saved me.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Nice. That was just not me.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think we're finally winning a game, guys. The
Come
teamwork
around.
is the dream work.
I saw a little high five there. That encouragement during the next change off.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening.
Fantastic.
Maybe even
Oh,
praise.
I'm the one who messed that up.
Court change. Fantastic.
She got a point!
Replay.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. We're getting praise today. Oh, yeah. The camera spinning around does kind of throw me off a bit.
Yeah, I mean it looks cool, but it is a
Right,
little
I
bit,
just, in that
difficult
particular moment
to
right
tell
there,
what
the
it's
camera
like.
spun. I just wasn't sure my placement anymore. And so I didn't know which direction to move for the ball.
We did not say Shrek 5, but we could talk about Shrek 5.
Yeah.
Brought to
I've
you
seen
by
people
the
really go
Holiday-
on about the look of it. I had like a mixed reaction at first, but I don't know. It's not that crazy off from like how Shrek normally looks. Sure, the original Shrek look is more iconic, but it seems like this one's more expressive now.
Yeah, I like his jacket and like his little vest and his shirt are redesigned a little bit. Praise, praise, praise.
Oh, okay. Well,
But what, she didn't like that? Why?
I don't know.
Was that an encouragement
Oh
moment?
my god, the camera's spinning around all over the place.
Oh, maybe it's because you're not winning.
I thought we were, but
Yeah, you're tied right now, so I guess it's not praise time yet.
I was gonna say this. Shrek design, the original design, very iconic. So is Donkey. Puss in Boots'
Uh-huh.
design from Shrek 2, not very iconic. He's just kind of more of a character than like he is a look, right? His face just was very, I don't know,
I mean, even
pre-rendered
in the
cat.
story, he's not really like a guy yet. He's just like a. Wouldn't it
Right.
be funny if there was a character who is kind of like Zorro,
And
but he's
then
a cat?
he just is kind of around in 3. They just do like, I don't know.
I guess he's not there like too much. I don't know. I feel like Puss in Boots is definitely like an iconic Shrek character before he got his own movie. But yeah, looking back on it, he doesn't have great like
No.
representation and stuff in all of them beforehand.
Right. So what I was going to say is that when they did the redesign for Puss in Boots in The Last Wish, nobody really bat an eye at that. Like, it was a pleasant change. It looked really good. But now we're changing something. Everyone's a little bit more like, yeah, Shrek's supposed to look a certain way, right? And so seeing
Yeah.
Shrek in like the Puss in Boots style, is throwing everybody off for the first time. I also think that it just wasn't a very good teaser.
Yeah, they really just wanted to announce that they had Zendaya and be like, see guys, we got Zendaya.
They're doing like, oh, the characters are more updated with the times, and that's, that I think about it this way. That's what Shrek's been, since the beginning. He was like a modern take on a fairy tale princess story, pop culture out the wazoo, like very 2000s when they did him. But now it's just kind of feels like pandering more than it actually feels like what they're trying to do with Shrek.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, it is just like a 2-second teaser that they made
Right,
just to say,
it's not even going to be in like the actual
"Guys, we're
movie.
making it."
So are we waiting right now?
We're making it for 10 years. I think encourage is the way to go.
All right, yeah.
Let's
Hey,
go.
teamwork.
Yeah, if you're in the lead by like a good margin, which you're not,
Not.
and that would be praise time, I think.
Mm.
I don't know if there's ever a good time for reprimand. I think it just hurts teamwork.
Maybe for winning and she's doing bad, I have to tell her to do better.
Maybe.
Fantastic. Great.
Come on, please.
They've got a volley. They're volleying the ball.
Fantastic.
Ball is a weird word.
Oh. Well, it was closer than it had been.
New stage is available.
Now available. Holiday Inn.
Yeah. So this is a game where you don't have anything, huh?
Response level.
I think response is how she hits the ball, like to even like set up for things. Because I don't see anything else in there that would make me think, oh yeah, that's the setup move. Maybe toss,
Yeah.
but toss is like the start of the game. When you're about to throw the ball.
Oh, we're facing Germany again.
Germany's also
Cam
on
said,
there
I think it looks great. People are saying it's Sonic movies levels of bad or coping hard.
Yeah, that's way offline. Like that's. There's
It is
nowhere
not even
near
the
as bad.
same- Yeah, it's. Although I believe, and let me verify this before I say it. Look, oh. Maybe not.
I'm not getting that ball.
Okay, never mind. But yeah, Sonic movie was just such a misguided, bizarre, wrong attempt, and the new Shrek is just like, they don't like that his eyes are a little bit closer to each other than they used to be. So
Right.
that's pretty
I
much
think
it.
the most accurate complaint I've heard about it is people saying that it looks like the Cruise. I think that's pretty accurate, but that's just like that's what a modern, DreamWorks movie is
Yeah.
going to look like now.
Yeah,
I
it's like a
miss the
little bit
ugly
more
humans
blue.
from early DreamWorks movies. I thought they were very endearing.
I mean, yeah, even up to B movie, which isn't that.
The movies right on that line.
Yeah. But I'm just saying it's like not that far before Crudes, where they're
Right.
like they're still stylized, but they're not. They're
Not-
not like Pixar, where they at a certain point they start learning to like do shape. They're not like Illumination, where everyone's a cartoon.
Well, even like
weird.
Monsters vs. Aliens, they just had really ugly looking humans. They're stylized, but that didn't make them good looking.
They should make everyone look like the humans in Father of the Pride.
You're right.
Please select the action to give
Uh,
your partner.
I guess I'll just encourage here. I can't think of anything better. Yes.
Okay, your meter didn't go up, but it didn't go down.
I should have reprimanded. Should have reprimanded. They're throwing.
It's okay, dude. You're gonna make it back right now. Oh yeah, so the reason Green Ooh La La is doing so bad is because it's a World Tour mode. We have to train this NPC. It's not going well because the NPC's really bad.
After each round, you get points to throw into her stats, and the stats are supposed to make her better, but I feel like I haven't really noticed a whole ton of improvement. Alright, we put a lot into reaction time. I was hoping that we would stop seeing the ball dropped, and yet here we are with the ball getting dropped. Okay, great. Come on. Yes! Finally! We're not in the lead, but, I mean, those are points. Oh, we're, like, definitely not winning. I thought we were, like, 5-5 or something earlier. Or, no, we lost a set, didn't we?
Match point. Great. Fantastic. You lose.
Yeah, I really just don't like the camera spinning around. If I was...
Yeah.
If the camera didn't spin around there, I would have positioned myself back to the spot that I need to be to, you know, hit balls. Did you set a timer for this, or were we just trying to get to the Sonic stage?
We're just trying to get to the Sonic one. Or whenever you got tired of it.
That's okay, yeah.
So I'm actually looking up what the stats do. Oh, never mind.
Well, I mean, you can tell me now.
Round 4.
Well, I haven't gotten there yet. I just opened up a guide. So in evaluating your partner, you're supposed to encourage your partner when you're down a couple of points. You're playing better than your partner. Yeah, so when you're down points to your opponent, but you're playing better than them, than your partner, your little NPC computer. Sorry, what world are you in? What level are you in right now?
We're in, Swatch? Like a hospital?
Oh, Swatch? Swiss Watch?
Swiss Watch? Is that what that is?
Swatch, yeah.
I also have the instructions here.
Oh, that may help.
I do sometimes read these before I play games.
Okay, praise. Best used when your partner's playing reasonably well and you're ahead by several points. Reprimand. Use this when your partner is playing horribly and you are losing the game.
Yeah, the instructions don't explain to you. Oh, no, here it is, yeah. To be successful or selecting either praise or reprimand, think about these 3 points. The scoring point differential, the contents of your performance, and the contents of your partner's performance. Even if your team is leading the match, what if you're making all the mistakes and your partner is performing well? Praise, reprimand, or do nothing. Think well before you select. That's what the manual play says.
Okay, this FAQ does not really answer what all the stats do specifically, so I guess I gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in here that explains the stats either. They kind of skip right by that and then they talk about other modes.
Let's see, strategy guide.
It just says, the player that receives become the attacker. If you want to have your partner attack, then distribute the ability points to improve her receiving also. On the other hand, if you want to attack, receive the ball yourself, your partner will then need to improve on tossing. So either if I want her to play the game or if I want to play the game. I'm thinking I just put her stuff on attack then.
Maybe, yeah, so serving is serving, obviously. Receiving is when the opponent sends the ball to your side of the field. Tossing is the second hit, so someone receives, they bounce it up. Second person hits the ball, like right there. And then third one is
Replay.
something else.
Great.
Maybe that's attacking. Yeah, attacking is the third hit. So whoever is receiving is also the attacker, and the tosser is the person who's in between. And that would just depend on where the ball hits on the court.
We were not saving that ball. I feel like when the ball's out there, that's not even like, you shouldn't be hitting that anymore.
blocking. You can block with the A button. If you time it right, you can counter the enemy's attack and hit it right into their court for a point.
I don't think I can do that during a serve, though, huh?
Not during a serve, no. That's only as a counter to an attack. It's probably also really hard to time, who knows.
Sure. Oh, what? What? They put that so low.
Oh, blocks are blocks are for their anti-spike technique.
Right.
So if someone's right up at the net and they're trying to spike, you have to block.
So we're losing right now. What do I do?
By how much? I didn't look at your stats.
I think it's like 3-6.
Is your guy playing? Is she playing well at all?
I mean, she's alright, but she could be
Well,
better.
I guess encourage.
Yes! Oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay, now that I actually made it over.
We can do it. We can do it.
See, I thought I was in the spot for that, and I wasn't. No.
Okay, yeah. Response. You're correct. Response is how fast they react to stuff, so it's the one that we want to level up the most.
Okay, well, we're losing a lot more now.
Power is also something that just improves everything. It's like a multiplier on top of everything else, I guess.
Oh, that's not what I would have thought power would be.
That's what this FAQ says anyways. So they just said use it. That and response are the two best ones for early on. They specifically said it's a blanket attribute that improves all your other attributes.
Undernet. What does undernet mean? Did I get a point?
I don't know.
I guess I get why they did the whole, like, level up your NPC mechanic, because otherwise, volleyball is just not very in-depth.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple sport. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but as a video game, you know.
Gonna get that power up, I guess?
Yeah, may as well try it.
Okay, well, next court. Did we get the second one yet?
It should be swatch a second time because you do 2 rounds in each area. Netherlands.
I just pushed A before the round started and I got the lowest.
It happens to the best of us.
Just jump over her.
I think they're cheating, dude. I think they're cheating.
I think they've got illegal points. They allocated all their points in the power.
Well, Cam, I think part of it is that the computer's very bad until you level it up. However, as a secondary, your teamwork stat has supposed to been, if you're managing it right, you start at 50 and it should be going up if you're correctly coaching your teammate, and we have not been doing that.
Well, we only just now research everything, so...
Yeah, so hopefully we can get it rising up again from here, but your teamwork stat is important for the computer to be better also. And at 50%, that's like already a failing grade, and we're below that.
Man, the camera turning still is really getting to me. Like, I want to get back to my resting position like I would in a tennis game, and every time I try to do that, like, the camera spins around and I just don't end up walking anywhere. Because, like, in tennis, you want to have your position where one person's in front and one person's in the back, but then I keep running up to get the ball here, and now I'm in front and they're in front, and no one gets our back ball. Or in that scenario.
To be on it.
We talked about this in the last volleyball game, but the reason that is because they want the camera to be up close, right? Because there's something that most people are playing this volleyball game for. And I'm just here to find good volleyball games. Like, I just want to see if they can do it. I don't think so.
They never have, and they never will. I know DOA is not really exceptional, right? It's just...
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Please select the action to give to your partner.
I might have pushed A and skipped that, so I don't know if we actually went up or down in points.
Fantastic.
Well, we'll find out next time whether it's still at 42 or not.
Crash.
You know, we could just throw until we get enough stat points.
I mean, is that
Just
not what
throw
we're
the-
doing right
throw
now?
the ball at the net. Well, you're at least trying right now. We could just, you know, serve out of bounds, put the ball at the net, not respond to any shots, and just try to fast forward so we see Sonic the Hedgehog.
If we were doing this on, like, an emulator or something, like, yeah, we could just... But here we are playing on an actual thing, so I don't think we...
Have you played Mario and Sonic London Volleyball? Do you have any opinions on that one?
I haven't played that one, but I did recently pick up Mario Sports Mix, which has volleyball on there. And Mario Sports Mix, I don't know, I'm just kind of... I feel like it's just so-so on all those sports. Like, they didn't really do... They're more, like,
Yeah.
gimmicky than they are trying to
They
be
only
actual
went
sports.
hard on the renders for, like, the horse.
Yeah. No, not that one.
For that... Oh.
You're thinking of Superstar something on the 3DS. Sports Superstars?
Oh, you're right, you're right.
I'm thinking of the one on the Wii that also has the Final Fantasy characters in it for some reason.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course.
Which but from the start, you don't have any of those characters unlocked, so I don't know when they come in.
Yeah, and that's just like a weird sequel to Mario Hoops 3-on-3, which originally had the Final Fantasies, right?
Right. I guess it's
Yeah.
developed by Square Enix, or someone from Square Enix. I don't know how that works.
I mean, it's weird. Nintendo usually doesn't develop their own Mario sports games. They're almost always putting it out to like Camelot or
Camelot or...
Sega did the Olympics. So I guess they just don't have like an in-house Mario sports team. I don't remember who did the most recent Strikers in like Mario Tennis.
Volleyball Federation.
Strikers was next level, I think.
Oh, you're right, you're right. I mean, don't we still want... Oh, I was going to say, don't we still want response to be up? Or is she actually hitting stuff now?
She's responding more now, so I feel like I just want to get her a little bit better on some of those other things, and then we'll just continue to focus on attack and response.
Fair enough.
Or power and response, I mean.
Team percent is still at 42, so you did not rise from that thing.
Round 5.
Nissan!
Nissan.
Huge.
Is there going to be a car? There better be a car in here.
There better be a car. Oh, show me the Civic.
Cuba versus
Show me car.
Not the Civic, that's entirely different company.
There it is. It's a Nissan Maxima. I don't know.
Yeah, they got the Sentra, they've got the Maxima, they've got the Altima. They've got sports cars sometimes.
Do they now?
The Fair Lady Z is one of their sports cars.
I went like flying back from that shot.
They should mix and match courts, so one half is on the Pringles court and the other half is on Nissan.
I think they tried, that was the gimmick in the new Mario Strikers game. But
Yep.
like, you're playing the game and you really just don't see the court at all. This game, like, yeah, there's a lot going on in the court background.
court change.
I mean, they're all very nice looking as well, so cool.
Yeah, it's a good, like, how do you make a volleyball level interesting? Because it's going to be sand and a net no matter where you're at. So,
Product placement does wonders.
It is. Yeah. Product placement in this kind of style is fun. What happened there?
'Cause it's just like a place where product placement would be anyways, but they've just done like a really fun job at implementing
Right.
it. Like
They
the
went like
dancing Pringles
extreme
bit.
with the product placement. Like you wouldn't see that giant dancing Pringle can in real life. And they probably wouldn't set up a real car spinning like that. Probably. I don't know. Car companies can be a little.
It feels very like Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Court change.
All right. Meeting of the minds.
Give to your partner.
I mean, it's just encouraged, right?
I think so. Yeah, you're down a little bit, but she's doing well.
I push A again and skip. But I don't think it changed anyway. Ah. We almost had something going there. I don't know what it was going to be, but... The characters move really fast when they actually start moving. Not that fast, though. I scooted back, and I was too far away from the ball.
Court change. Match
Well,
point.
if you wanted me to throw, we're throwing.
We are throwing.
You lose. Sega beach
Why didn't they
volleyball
just put
federation.
Sonic on the first stage?
Right? Okay, power
Or,
response.
maybe it's not even in World Tour. Let me look up if that stage is just a normal one or not.
Okay, well, we'll save this, and then we'll quit for now.
Tigers.
Okay. I saved. How do I exit? I hit the exit button. Fair enough.
Huge.
I mean, it just looked like it was grayed out, like I was an option.
Mode select.
Oh, it's on the title screen. It's Virtua Beach Bikers. So, was this game labeled as Virtua Beach Bikers? Yeah, it has a subtext. I didn't even notice
yeah.
that. Okay. We'll just do versus mode, and I'll play against an NPC who doesn't suck.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe the Sonic one is already in there.
Beach
Maybe.
Bikers.
Yeah, your edit should be ooh la la.
USA.
Oh yeah, it is here.
Oh, there we go, Sega.
We're missing one stage. Training stage. I like how they have the AM2
Oh, there's a
logo.
Coca-Cola stage.
Oh yeah. Oh, that looks like it's
Oh,
indoors.
A little basketball court looking area.
Cool. Anyway, you all know why we're here. We're here for Sonic. So let's go see Sonic.
He's using a big Sonic Adventure 2 model.
Versus Japan.
Sonic Adventure 2 with the regular shoes, mind you.
Yeah, the trial.
Yeah, or what's that one arcade machine they have?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Little like patch a slot
Yeah.
one.
What do you mean? That was on my side to hit? There he is. The ball didn't go over the net. But I could still hit that? Look, there's Sonic on the little the stand thing.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, why? I thought this would be different because we're doing versus mode. I picked this. I picked the custom characters, so of course they still suck.
Oh, that could be an issue, huh?
Sega Group.
Ooh, Sega Group.
That is the guy from Wreck-It Ralph.
It would be Sega Sammy now. Wow, he's got a volleyball.
Wow. Have you guys ever seen Sonic holding a volleyball? Didn't think so.
Fantastic.
I'm just still thinking about how I paid $30 for this game. I don't know why I did that.
That's too much. That's entirely
What
too
was I
much.
going through when I bought this game?
You probably just thought, wow, that's the game. Remember when Sherlock told me about that game?
Yeah, I do
I
remember
need
when
it.
Sherlock told me about this game.
I think I did also mention the computer being very bad. when
I
told
just
you about
forget.
it.
Okay, well,
I forgot about it too until I saw it, and then I remembered. It's all flooding back.
so that was Beat Spikers, or Strikers as I named it on my list.
Is it higher or lower than the first game? I think the stages are nicer, the character customization's better. It doesn't have a showering woman in it, which, you know, that could be a good or bad thing depending on who you ask.
Not me.
Yeah, when I'm usually in the mood for volleyball, I'm not trying to hang out at the beach house to like sneak into the bathroom and see that.
I still don't
No.
understand why this game is rated E, but the other one was T. Like, that's kind of a big
Probably
jump.
because it has a showering woman in the other one.
I guess.
I mean, this one's not raunchy at all. It has women in swimsuits, but that's it.
Okay, so where did I rank that other one? We're gonna look at all the games real quick. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was a PlayStation 2 game recently. So that one got a 4.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is just a 5 for me.
That
Like-
is a step above a 4.
I think ultimately I ended up liking it more, but I still don't really think of it as a good game, but I don't really think it had enough faults to call it a bad game. I think it was a little basic on the actual gameplay. The mechanic for the leveling up your teammate, just I feel impartial to it. I think maybe if you actually spent all the time into the game, it would become more of a, like, you would
Uh-huh.
just get past this early hurdle and it would start becoming more fun. But yeah, just going 5 on there. All right.
Yippee!
There are, since we've just did what, 2 Sega games back to back.
Uh-huh.
I bought this other game. This is a Sega one, Vanquish. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like a
I
sci-fi
don't know
shooter.
about it either. Let me look it up. Vanquish Sega. Recognize the logo.
Yeah. It's,
2010 third-person shooter, developed by Platinum, published by Sega.
oh, Platinum did this. I guess it makes sense. I remember seeing it in a combo pack with Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I will just do this. I will put Vanquish on this list of 50 games, and we'll see if we land on it. So, Sherlock, are you ready to spin the wheel?
I am ready to spin that wheel.
And here it goes. What'll land on, no one knows. X-Men Legends 2.
Yay!
So how familiar are you with the X-Men?
The games or the in general?
In general.
The X-Mans.
The
I know about
X-Mens.
the X guys, the X dudes. I wouldn't consider myself like a super comic fan, but I have a general knowledge of the characters and stuff.
All right. Second question. Have you ever played Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one or both, but yes, I have.
Wonderful. All right. So this is an Xbox.
Whichever one that has Nanite Nick Fury in it.
This is an Xbox game, so I will be plugging it in real quick and setting that up.
He did not have a follow-up to the have you played Ultimate Alliance. I assume it's like that, probably, but X-Men, which is a lot fewer characters. I'm going to be honest, the whole point of Ultimate Alliance is that they have a bajillion characters in it. And then you go, wow, Iron Man is shooting lasers at Wolverine's claws and he's reflecting them off the claws. Wow. Or, I don't know, like Hulk through Wolverine. Wow, team up power. Incredible. Wow, Nanite Nick Fury. Wow. Or like, wow, Penance. Remember Penance, the character Penance? He's in the game. He's got like spikes on him, and he's like, "Yeah, my name is Penance. Beat my challenge stage, and you may unlock me." Hello, hello.
Welcome.
So is this game like Ultimate Alliance? Is that why you asked?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's from the same people who did the Ultimate Alliance games. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that is where we're at here.
Well, the big thing about Ultimate Alliance is just that it has a million characters in it. So
Right.
if it doesn't have a million characters in it, then they will have failed, and I will judge the game based on that. Because Ultimate Alliance is like fun, but it's not really that deep overall. It's just like, wow, I can play as any Marvel character. I can play as
Right, it's a big
Okay,
crossover
I
of
can
the big
remember
heroes,
each
so
one.
that's what makes that one special.
Nice Crow.
Oh, Ravensoft, or Raven. Yeah, Raven Software. What did they do? Vicarious Visions Alchemy. Rise of Apocalypse.
Just like the movie.
Oh, I have completely the wrong controller in my hand. Hold on, these are all PlayStation
That
controllers.
could be an issue. Remember when they made a movie about Apocalypse and it was not good? I remember.
So this game came out in 2005. It, of course, is a sequel. I don't know if there was an X-Men movie around this time. You said they
Oh,
made
there were.
they named one,
The
right?
Apocalypse movie's way later.
Right.
that
That
was
one was
good.
much later on.
Yeah, let's see. X-Men movies. Let's see, was it X3? Okay, X3 was 2006. X2 was 2003. So this came out in between.
Okay, so X-Men were popular at the time. X-Men were really popular at the time. It's weird to think how much the power dynamic in the Marvel franchise has shifted now because of the movies they made.
Yeah, and also because they didn't want to make anything with X-Men for a while to try to drive Fox to sell them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't think it's like an awful movie. I just don't think the Apocalypse movie is good, and therefore, why waste your time on it?
So I was correct. They did make the Ultimate Alliance games.
Nice trick. What do you do for an encore?
That is a very wide Cyclops.
Which way?
There.
Are the subtitles or is the audio off? Something's definitely off. Ooh, he just gave him the middle finger because he did only one.
Oh,
He did it again, but on screen this time, so we knew.
I feel like it would have been funnier without the second one.
It would have.
I guess it would have flown over people's heads.
We realize there are just not very smart people out there.
Let's see Bloom as Wolverine. I do not know. We could probably check the IMDb page, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to let you imagine. If you believe that it's Steve Bloom in your mind, then it just might be.
So I recently played the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, and I believe that was also done by Raven Software, and that was a really cool game.
Indeed, Charles. It appears we both have a grievance.
Well, that's a hack and slash.
Uh,
Definitely hack and slash.
it's cool at the start of the game is like enemies teaming up.
Yeah. That is a fun way to do it. I like when they do concepts or stories like that.
You're like, what? Why are they? Huh? Why?
Nightcrawler, we've located the professor. It's okay to teleport in.
Will do.
Oh, there he is.
Get him to the X-Jet, Nightcrawler.
So wait, what X-Men movies was this between again? 2 and 3 or 1 and 2?
Yeah, in between 2 and 3. This was 2005, right?
Okay, so I was gonna say like yeah, they got like the black suits, so like they are looking a little bit more like their movie counterparts. You know how like they would do where whenever the movie's big, they try to tie that into the like comics and the merchandise in the game. So like, yeah, we got X-Men in like their X suits or whatever they were called. What game 2? What just happened?
Oh man, you got floating heads in the bottom left corner of the screen. Whoa.
Choose which of your teammates will become your active hero.
Affirmative.
Sure thing.
Got it.
If you say so.
You know what game is another game like Marvel's Ultimate Alliance? Shrek 2.
Lego.
Okay, Lego's also a good one, yeah. I've been trying to figure out what we call this type of genre of game where you have like multiple characters to switch between and like you're mostly doing like simple platforming challenges or like simple puzzles by switching characters
Very
to
basic
soft.
combat and puzzles.
Yeah, basic combat, puzzles that are normally around character abilities. Like we played Up, and Up was like that too a bit. And all the Lego games are like that. Lego, I think, is the best genre-defined example of it. Another one that comes to mind is Nicktoons Unite. I think of Nicktoons Unite as one of those games.
Saying party platformer.
Party
That's
platformer.
sort of bad.
Yeah, I could accept that term. I feel like, though, party
Not all
implies
of them are
mini-games
platformers, though.
on genre.
Like, I don't know if this game has any platforming in it. It's
Right.
running around rooms, but there's not, like, jumping.
Again, you would call this an adventure game, and I don't like that as a game term, because it's too broad.
Yeah, there's, like, a very specific type of game that fits into the format, but...
Right. There's lots of games that match exactly like this. Like, I played Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Exact same thing. You get, like, simple puzzles to solve, very basic platforming, very basic, like, attacks. Yeah, so we have a pretty interesting team here where we're working with Magneto. That is Magneto, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Magneto.
Yes.
And all we know is that both of you guys are mad at Apocalypse and you're rescuing Charles from the facility.
This is the retirement center. We're getting Charles out.
We don't know. Well, purple.
Well,
I guess pinkish. Kind of magenta, really.
Advise you to run.
Marvel's Ultimate Alliance is a game that's like on every system.
Yep. I mean, that and like Spider-Man Friend or Foe was on pretty much everything.
Yeah, that was
And
a
that's
weird
another, like,
transitional
similar
era.
type of game.
I think I have Friend or Foe on the PlayStation 2. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of a different Ultimate one.
I think I rented it on the Wii and then I bought it on the DS.
But I know like on some versions it's a full 3D game. Other ones it's like, what is this?
Polaris was kidnapped, I believe. Shills. I think Charles said they've got Polaris, and then everyone said, "Oh, okay."
Wolverine leveled up.
Oh. Oh. Are you gonna go into your level up menu?
No, there was a setting to let it do it automatically, and I'm good. I'm fine just letting the game automatically assign the levels.
Well, do you know what new thing you even got if you just let it?
Yeah, you
automatically
hold
do
the
it?
button and then you can do abilities like this. So I played Ultimate Alliance. I know what's going on here.
If you say so.
I do. I did.
Oh,
Did you put a timer on, by the way?
serious. I did not, but I looked at the clock when you started the game.
See, okay,
Oh,
at
no.
least you're halfway there.
I thought about it, and then I said, I actually don't feel like doing that. I'll just remember what time it is.
Fair.
Ain't got the power right now.
No, I ain't got the power right now.
He ain't got the power right now. He's a little short on power.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, Charles actually did talk about Polaris earlier. That was not... I mean, you were joking, but he is at least referenced.
Yes, the next level.
I mean, I'm assuming because this isn't directly based on any of the things, they can just pull out all the X-Men characters.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know anything about Polaris, but I'm glad that the character that you like is in there. Yay!
Greetings. This location is known as the Sanctuary, a retreat of Magneto's. It will serve as our base of operations while we're here.
Alright, so this is probably like Ultimate Alliance where you have the mission control room, and you can just go up to the front pad to start that game.
Oh, he's skipping the story.
I'm reading it, at least.
Oh my gosh, how will we know? How will we know what's happening?
Attraction point. With an X.
Extraction.
Jet extraction. Oh, change team. We got the team menu. Is this gonna be like Ultimate Alliance where they're all standing looking at me? No, not really. Okay, well we're keeping Wolverine in.
It feels like a Fortnite lobby.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, Toad.
Colossus. Gambit. Whew, that's okay. A name for myself.
Gambit.
Gambit. Cyclops. Bring out. Sea Toad. Toad.
Toad.
They got Scarlet Witch?
Howard's being a Toad man.
Scarlet Witch.
I didn't know she was ever on the X-Men. I guess, no, she is primarily an X-Men character. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Yeah, I don't know any deep X-Man lore, so I know, like, the main characters and their basic relationships and stuff, like Iceman gay, and, how people were upset about that because he wasn't gay, and they made him gay. And then, Mystique is, like, Nightcrawler's mom, but also...
Magneto.
Is it Rogue? I don't know, there's another character. She's also her mom, so they're like half siblings. I know that. Yeah, a lot of weird X-Man things.
Okay, well, I gotta find Sabretooth.
Salutations, my friend.
Beast.
Salutations.
Anytime.
Where is Saber? Should put the little markers on the map. There.
I get they were trying to go like cell shaded to try to make it look comic-y in the art style. I don't know if I like it.
The problem is they're doing that, and then they're doing like normal lighting. You kind of have to go all in, or it just doesn't really sit right.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Maybe it ain't, but what are you talking about? When I was here, and it...
Yeah, he read all that.
I read all that. I'm just a fast
Read all
reader. I just want to get into gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Wolverine, all right.
Sabretooth has just informed us that a citizen of Genosha has escaped. Unfortunately, she's hurt, and in an area known as the Dead Zone.
Have you seen Dragon Ball Dead Zone?
Forever ago, yeah.
So you know what we're up against here.
What happened in Dead Zone? Because I've seen most of them, but I forget which one's which.
In Dead Zone, not peel off.
Garlic?
Garlic Jr. gets the
Okay,
Dragon
never
Balls
mind, I'll
and
remember.
actually makes his wish and becomes invincible. And then he uses the power of the Dead Zone to terrorize his enemies or defeat them. But then they put him in the Dead Zone where he stays forever because he's immortal.
Oh, last we talked on stream, I think Daima was still ongoing, and it's now concluded.
Oh yeah.
It was a show that I watched, and I think it was all right.
It's just weird that it wasn't bigger than it, like you know, Dragon Ball having a new anime and coming out again seemed like a big deal at first, and I don't know, everything that could have gone wrong for it just did, and it just didn't really get the publicity or the like big.
I think part of it was because they were catering to GT. Their Goku and Ko are like baby form for most of the show, and that's not what Z fans are really into.
No, it's like everyone's least favorite
Unfortunately.
part of GT as well.
Yeah, and
Anyone
It's
talks
really
about
set up
GT,
the
they're always talking
arc
about the parts where, like,
well.
you know, Goku becomes Super Saiyan 4 and he becomes big again. Like, that's what people care about. They don't like the little Goku.
Yeah, and they have plenty of grand touring going on, but they don't like set up the final.
It's all very too much like the
Complex very
Boo
well.
arc, where it's like,
Oh, it's definitely a sequel to the Boo arc, all right.
yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird direction to go.
I thought it was really interesting, but interesting doesn't make it like action-packed and exciting. But like every episode, there's like new Toriyama lore, and I thought that was cool that he could finally just open up the notebooks and dump out all the ideas that he'd had. But lore dumping in every episode leads to a very slow, like, first 15 episodes, and then you're like, oh, we're at the last 5. I guess we'd better, like, make stuff happen now.
I'm guessing Magneto can create this bridge.
There is a dub for Daima. It's just way behind. At some point they'll finish it. It'll take them like 3 months, but they'll do it.
Yeah, they should have simultaneously dubbed it. I don't even care for dubs on Dragon Ball, but I know that's a big deal. You know, people. Dragon Ball is an anime that caters to a lot of like casual audiences, and not releasing with a dub just means you're going to miss out on a ton of people who would have watched it with a dub. And the fact that a dub took so much longer kind of killed a lot of hyper momentum that it had in the overseas fan base.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
probably why
go
I didn't
on
hear a lot of
Twitter
people
and
talk
you
about
see
it.
everyone posting all the new stuff that happens, and it's like, oh, so it's not going to be exciting anymore when I watch it. And that's what happened with Super too. Tournament of Power was coming out. I stopped. I was a weekly dub watcher, and I stopped watching it dubbed because the Tournament of Power was closing up, and I knew that if I wanted to be like excited and surprised for what was happening at the end of the series, and like you and my friends were all watching it subbed, and I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna swap over so that I can see it live, right? And it's gonna be cool that way. But a lot of people just go, oh, okay, well, if it's not in English, I'm just not gonna watch it because I don't like the Japanese voices. It's just not what I'm used to. And then they just don't. I don't know if they'll get around to it eventually once it's all out. Another weird thing, they put the first 3 episodes in theaters. The first 3 episodes of Daima are not an interesting theater watch. Like, I get that you
No.
have to put out something to put in there, but episode 3 just ends with their ship getting stolen. And they're like, oh, okay, next time on Daima. See you. Like, there's no, like, satisfying, like, oh, we're setting up for the adventure that's going on, or like, oh, check out, you know, you're excited for the build-up. It's a very abrupt, weird cutoff.
I just went back to the sanctuary.
That's probably not what you wanted to do.
No.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it is only on Crunchy because Funimation was bought by Crunchyroll, so they just own like the dubbing rights for Dragon Ball now.
Yeah, that's the big one.
I do think Daima has good episodes where they go places and do funny things. I don't think they're maybe as funny as GT probably was. I haven't seen GT, but I have like a general idea. I've seen some bits and pieces here and there. Daima is definitely very Toriyama pilled, I guess, but at the same time, a lot of the episodes are just like he had an idea for a thing and it hasn't been able to get into a show yet or a manga. So we have time right now and we're making the GT canon show. Also, with the way Daima ends, I don't know how they can reconcile it being canon with Super still. So I'm not sure if it's just a new timeline or what, or if it's actually meant to be in the same timeline.
It's just hard to keep. I mean, even Dragon Ball Super taking place between, Z and End of Z, it just doesn't really sync right.
Yeah, I mean, all you would really have to do is just go like, oh, they lose their God Key powers somehow at the end, and then it'll basically make sense. You can tie that back in.
Sure. I'd rather just see them retcon End of Z and just do a new version of it and bring back Oob in like a proper way. I don't know, like if you're just gonna have all these issues where you have to make it sync back up with the thing, then just make a new version of the thing, right? Just go all in and
you can just have like a time travel plot where it's like, oh, we changed the future, something different's happening now, I guess. But I think they already explained time travel in Super just creates a new timeline, so they can't do that now.
right.
I do think it was funny the Potara earrings in Daima don't have the mortal time limit that they do from Super. They have the original rules where it's just like, yeah, once they went in Boo, it's separated, and that's how it works. And it's just permanent for everyone, and not like a mortal god difference. That must be Blink.
I just one-shot that big spider. I thought he was gonna take a couple hits.
You have 20 minutes left, by the way, on this game.
Okay. I feel like this is a game that is best played with other people.
Yeah, for sure.
What are they doing here? Ugh, my head's a little sore, but I'll be fine.
Why are you in the dead zone?
Mr. Creed snuck into Genosha to rescue me. But gosh, I didn't even think about that.
But yeah, Daima is an okay show. It is not bad. If someone tells you that Daima is bad, that is completely untrue. It is a little bit boring here and there, just because it's the lore dump show where Toriyama wanted to talk all about the demon realm in every single episode, and then also, I don't know, maybe he was jealous that he didn't make GT and he decided we're gonna do that. Or maybe the showrunners came to him and they're like, hey, we want to make a show that's GT2. Do you want to, write and tweak stuff? And he said, yes, I would love to do that.
I mean, that's kind of how it seemed with like Broly. Like he didn't really do much of the original one, I think, and so this time he got to do his version of it, and so he's doing his version of GT. But I don't know, why even? Like GT's already a thing that exists. Replacing it, rewriting it doesn't really.
Yeah, I don't really get it either from that standpoint. I wish instead they would just do a new thing. Maybe still bring back the things that people like from GT, but just doing two of the same is kind of weird.
Yeah, it makes more sense to do something new with Dragon Ball, which is what they've done for the most part. Keep things fresh.
Shill said, I always wanted his version of GT. Now, I would agree if that was something that like he had wanted to do, but Toriyama's never had like the creative drive to make something like GT, and after having seen Daima, I still don't think he did because the GT elements are not really the highlight of the show.
No, it's really
I mean,
demon.
obviously, they go on like little adventures and see different parts of the demon realm and per episode. You know, I wind up in a new location, but I think that's some of the weakest stuff in Daima. Like the cool stuff is when they just show like, oh, you know, it's a new world building thing that you didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of the extended Dragon Ball stuff goes into Demon World, Demon Realm, but
According to
this is
So
the first time.
retcon it because it's not the same as Daima.
Yeah, now we've got some bigger issues.
I think that's part of why they killed Dragon Ball Heroes and replaced it with Divers.
Maybe. I mean, because yeah, Heroes had a
But
lot
probably
of.
part of that. Heroes has been around so long, they probably wanted to upgrade
Sure thing.
like the actual game as well
Sure.
and make people buy new cards. I heard also that the reason they canceled the Heroes show, first of all, they switched it to CG for the last like chunk of episodes, but then they canceled it because they were stealing all the animators to work on Daima.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So now that Daima's dead and they don't ever want to animate another Dragon Ball show, maybe we get a new tie-in show for Divers. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
I wonder how they're going to take Dragon Ball going forward past Toriyama, because it's been a year now, and we're just now wrapping up the last thing that he worked on. I know they're doing more of the manga, I think, right now. Like, I think that's
yeah, the
actually...
manga just released a new chapter in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, so that's picking up again.
And it's a prequel to the prequel arc of Dragon Ball Superheroes manga art.
So we're not going forward, we're just backpedaling now?
Yeah, we went back.
Ooh.
We'll see where they go after that, but it was a flashback to the origin of Saiyaman X1 and X2.
Sure, alright.
It was a cute chapter. I liked it, but
It just gets me curious what they're going to do with Dragon Ball now, because it's, you know, Dragon Ball is a franchise that's too successful to die.
there's no one left who can stop Toyotaro from making future Trunks and Mai get together. Or just, I guess, adult Trunks and Mai. That's not the future anymore.
Sure.
Nobody stands in his way. It's such a bizarre pairing. I mean, it kind of works in the show. It's like, okay, Magic Dragon Ball, so she's just actually de-aged. Like, they have the maturity level of kids after they're hit with the Dragon Balls.
No,
It's
they
like she has
don't.
the memories of
Pilaf is
being an adult.
just...
It's still a little weird, but, like, you just gotta accept it. You just gotta go, you know what? It's
She's
Dragon
not...
Ball, that's what they're doing.
They're still the normal age, aren't they? I don't think they've just become kids.
The,
Like,
I'm talking about the
in their
Pilaf gang
mentally.
and Super.
Got it.
The Pilaf gang and Super are actually kids.
Yeah, I know, but like they're mentally adults. I think that's the issue. At least Pilaf and Shu, they're like, you know, already a little goofy and yeah.
No, they're definitely they have the maturity level of kids. That's
Okay,
something
that does
they
help
actually
their
do.
case a little bit more.
I mean, it's still weird. You can't get it not weird, but
No, but
it is a little funny, a little quirky.
oh, okay, I can jump over
It's just
this.
one of those things that they do sometimes. Oh wow, you're flying.
The map isn't showing me where I am.
Probably because you're in the dark.
Is that how that works? Looks like I can just fly over all this stuff.
No.
Well, we fell. Oh, there's a direction I haven't been yet.
Enjoy your nap, pal.
Viciously kills a
Anyways,
spider. Enjoy your
yeah,
nap.
I wish he had done something more original for his last project, but I get that he didn't start it. They just asked him to work on something that they wanted to do, and he said okay.
Right.
And he was very involved, but
Yeah.
oh well.
I'm just trying to think what would be the best next move for Dragon Ball.
Well, they're definitely going to continue doing Super, at least for a little while, because they have plot threads that are open. So they need to do Black Frieza
Yeah, that needs to happen.
and whatever else is in Super. I haven't read it in so long, I don't remember what else they set up.
If I was the creative control of Dragon Ball, I would probably start making a new show and make a new movie. What I would do is I
they're
would
always working on movie stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably do so. The next movie is the Black Frieza movie, and then do like the show leading up, following the manga, and getting to the point where you do reach up to Black Frieza. So like they would just kind of pair into it, because that's like the Black Frieza is the big event. So probably want to have that.
Yeah. I think the problem with that for me is that they set up Black Frieza like in a previous arc already. It's not something that's entirely self-contained. Not that it's huge, but Frieza does show up during the previous
Right.
arc and goes like, "Hey, I can do this now." Isn't that cool? But if you jump into a movie, then you can't like spoil the end of the last arc by showing that Black Frieza was there.
I think you could
so it
just
would be a
go
little
through the
weird
movie and
to do
explain
it
that,
out of
like,
order.
just do like a little recap at the beginning of the movie. That's what they did in the last couple ones.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, look at you, all busted up. Don't get near the targeting beam.
Don't get near a targeting beam.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
nowhere near a targeting beam.
Best to stay away from that.
I just wish the game was a little brighter. That's my biggest complaint so far. Like, it's fine.
It is pretty dim. It's like there's a candle in the middle of the screen, and everywhere else is pitch
Yeah.
black.
It doesn't help that this is an Xbox game being, like, upscaled, but I bet even playing this on, like, an actual console, I'll just be like, what am I looking at most of the time? Everything's kind of muddy. And, like, they're doing a cell shaded effect, but with the cell shade so dark, it just doesn't really look good.
10 minutes, by the way.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Now I've been. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The sentry robots.
Ain't no one getting in my way now.
Look out! You've been targeted by the defensive system. Keep away from
Boy, that has a big range on it. Probably not like a circle radius. How many games we get through? 4?
We started with
Golden Axe.
we started with Golden Axe.
Oh, we didn't play
We did
Resident Evil 3.
volleyball. Yeah, we skipped Resident Evil 3. I think those were the only two. Did we do anything else?
Golden Axe. Beach Biker.
Let me look back in the stream, back in time. Nope, it was just those two. We just spent so long on volleyball. It was worth it though. The people were loving the volleyball content.
I mean, I paid $30 for the game, so
Yeah, you gotta get your money's worth.
my friend has a thing. It's like a video game, an hour's worth of, or I'm ruining the thing that he says, but he tries to think of the value proposition he gets out of a video game based on how much time he plays a video game. So if he spent $60 and he got 60 hours out of the video game, then that game is basically an hour $1 to him. Like, that's how much he
Yeah.
paid for it. And there's games where
Now-
like he has played for many hours, and so like those games are like cents per hour, cents per minute, you know, things like that.
That does, I will say that's not a terrible system if that's what you like, but at the same time, you're going to miss out on some really great games that are shorter because you're prioritizing just how much like slog and grind.
No.
into
I'm saying
each
like
game.
it's not that he only thinks of the games like that. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's just like a way of like a general sense of like, oh, if I'm gonna buy a game, I should play it. I don't want to drop it immediately.
right.
But at the same time, there's a lot of games that you're not going to spend $60 on, or even the equivalent. Let's say it's $15. Maybe you don't spend 15 hours on that game.
Right.
But it's still like a worthwhile time. You had fun, you had a good experience, you learned something about just like, wow, this game did something I've never seen before, something like that. I think that's definitely worth it, even if it's a much shorter game.
No, for sure.
I mean, I could probably pull up my Steam games and check. I don't have that much time on any of them. And that's not to say I don't play longer games too. I like playing all the Yakuza games and doing all the side quests and everything, and spending a ton of time on that, even if it is like a checklist of activities. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. I wouldn't buy Nick Brawl 2 either.
I think I got it in a Humble Bundle, so it was like dirt cheap.
I would not buy that game either, I say, as I moved to my uninstall page, because I forgot that I still had it in, and I get rid of that. I don't remember why I got it. I think someone I knew was like, hey, are you gonna get it? It looks cool. I was like, okay, I'll try it out. And then it just didn't click with me, so... yeah, it was a bit of a waste on that one. I wish I'd liked it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really hard for anyone to make a platform fighter game.
Smash just has it so dialed in. Even though I didn't like Ultimate that much, it's just like okay. Not to say that I didn't play a lot of it, but like my final rating for it is just like, yeah, I think the other ones have stuff that I like better, and the roster bloat is... I think it kind of detracts for me. Some people like massive rosters, that if you like that, that's fine. It's not technically something wrong with the game. I just think it's too much. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that is rough.
I don't know about Switch. I don't own Ultimate, but I played a lot of Ultimate with people on other things. It's fine.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, it's an A-OK game. I just think like when I really think about having fun playing Smash, I think like is Smash 4 before they got to like the end of the DLC roster was pretty fun. And it was a lot different from Brawl at that point even. But then Brawl is probably like my sweet spot, and I know that it's like a weird mess of a game as well. It's got plenty of its own stuff going on. I just really like Brawl. I've played a lot of Melee too, and it's not my go-to, but I definitely think if you're just looking for like a more unique experience, Melee's got so much going on for it that, they kind of smooth over the edges in later games to make it more palatable for all audiences. Sometimes you want your game to be a little bit bad to give it character.
I think Double Dash is my favorite just because it's probably the most janky Mario Kart, but I just love that aspect of it.
So good.
It gives everything like a real weight to them.
Way more time into Mario Kart Wii, and maybe even 8. But when I think of like which Mario Kart game, if I had them all in front of me right now, which one would I plug in and play? It's gonna be Double Dash every single time.
Of course.
Every day of the week.
I probably have played 8 the most now, just in virtue of it being on the Wii U and the Switch, because like that's just the one that you. But I definitely enjoy Double Dash more. That's not true. I actually come back to Double Dash a lot. Maybe it is
a very polished game. It's got a lot of stages in it. It's got a after DLC, it's got a fairly okay roster.
I think even base had an okay roster.
Base was kind of bad. I'm gonna be honest. There was a lot of slots that were taken up by Koopalings. And if you like the Koopalings, that's fine. But it's like if they made Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and then instead of Cream the Rabbit, they had
all the Deadly Six. You think we're getting all the Deadly Six in that game?
I really can't see them doing all of them. I could see maybe one more, and they do a team of 3. I just don't think the Deadly Six are like beloved enough to get more slots.
No. I just
mean,
wish
if
they
they
would
have
try
the
again
easy path
making
going-
more enemies for the Sonic games. Like,
Huh?
they've gone down the Mario and Bowser route where like Bowser's always the main threat, Eggman's always the main threat. I don't know, like,
You know,
or
Eggman's been there since the beginning, so it makes sense.
and
that
I'm
he's
saying
always
make like
been
a real
threatened.
character. Like, they always have the giant monsters, right? But you're not gonna play as the End in Crossworld. You're not gonna play as Bio Lizard or Perfect Chaos.
And then
or
when
Dark
they do
Gaia.
introduce a new guy, they kill him, and because everything, unlike Mario, like deaths actually matter. It's like, you know, Infinite's gone, Mephiles is gone, Black Doom's gone. Like every time they introduce a new guy, they send him away.
Yeah.
So
Infinite could have
do
been a
think
good
that's about
recurring
the
villain.
Zeti. A lot of people complain that the Zeti are sticking around too much. Nobody likes these guys, but it's like they're the only ones that they haven't killed. They don't have any choices.
There was a while where we thought maybe they were dead in After Sonic Lost World, because they do just kind of poof at the end of that game when you beat them, and then just not mentioned again.
I mean, sorta, but they showed up in the Olympics again, which wasn't too long afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is usually a good indicator that you're not dead, other than Eggman Nega, I guess, who is in a state of, like, he won't show up in anything other than the Olympics.
Nobody can
And
write
now
for
they don't
him.
make the Olympics anymore, so I guess he's just not going to show up again.
Yeah, his track record's not looking too good.
I would love for him to be in Crossworlds. I think it would just be funny to have another... Like, it's not that hard to just alter the Eggman model a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make it the alter the homeworks they can't tell you copied. Change up, you know, put Metal Sonic 3.0 in there. The people love 3.0.
Sega has no issues with like models. They got plenty.
Yeah, you're right. And for Crossworlds, they're definitely putting the effort in with modeling stuff and animating.
Mhm.
Hello, Purple Spartan.
Welcome. We are playing
playing
X-Men
X-Men.
Legends 2. It is a game by Raven Software. It is very similar to Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is their more popular title. It plays exactly like that.
Speaking of, you have 1 minute left to play this game, and then you can play something else.
Ah, great. So that was a
We are
pointless
no
introduction.
longer playing X-Men Legends 2.
I'm not going to try to do anything this last minute because I don't know where to go. So it's a good stopping point. Quit game.
Beep, beep.
Beep, 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 pop, beep. All right. Here we are, back at the wheel. I can now say I played X-Men Legends 2, and I think it's just a 5 again. Like, nothing I don't know, this
that
didn't
didn't
really
really-
grip me. There was nothing bad about it either. I just didn't have anything to say. I think it's a
Yeah, you
game
just
that's
kinda
more
walk
fun with
around
more
and fun
people,
stuff.
but otherwise by yourself it's just very monotonous. But not in a bad way.
Maybe if you're really invested into X-Men lore, it's like, wow, X-Man story. But I don't think that's us either, so...
No, I mean, I'm just not really huge on X-Men.
They're called.
All right. It's time to throw something on the wheel.
Yay! We love the wheel.
I'm going to take us back to PlayStation and like 7th generation. So it's either going to be an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 game. And can't be a game I played already. I mean, could definitely do someday where I just play games I've already played, but not doing that right now. Oh my gosh, I was hoping the title screen would just have music in the background. It keeps going to the pre.
So Magneto busting into prison.
Yeah, hold on here. There we go. That should stop it. Okay. We're gonna only do medium and high. Or no, actually, I will do no priority. I will simply just throw them all on here.
That did not fix it.
It did not. I thought we'd be good. All right, look at this. We have 126 games on the wheel. It could be anything.
It could really be anything.
It sure could. All right, you want to give this wheel a spin?
It's that time again, folks. It's time to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
It's spinning. Could land on anything. It could land on Need for Speed Carbon.
Carbon.
So what happens if I can't find the game?
Now that could be an issue.
Because, like, for most of these games, I have a pretty good general idea where it might be. I have no idea where this game is, so if you will excuse me.
From the wheel and spin again.
Well, I'll give it, like, the old college effort. I'll look for it. You guys can watch this cutscene again while I look for it.
Wow. It's X-Man.
And those we have battled against for so long will become something we never imagined.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing as Ultimate Alliance, where they're like, oh, you're evil, the evil guys and the good guys, and they're all teaming up together for a greater good. The ultimate. I mean, it's the same thing with like Friend or Foe as well with Spider-Man. All these games at the same time are kind of doing the same idea of just, you want to play as the villains, you want to play as the heroes. Well, here you go. Not that it's a bad concept, it's just funny. Let me see. I haven't checked out the speed, the fast pass in Speed Sim yet. Gotta go. I'm not actually gonna play it. I'm just gonna open the game and pop my head in and look at what's on the lineup. I know that the fortune teller Amy is there, and I know Warlock Shadow is there on the two different branches. Oh, Roblox updating. Oh.
As long as I can remember. Led by a madman who was once my closest friend. But now, a new evil has surfaced. One with powers beyond comprehension. Those we have battled against for so long will become something we never imagined. Our allies.
Oh, we're changing over. No signal. It's a good start.
Okay, I have returned. Did not find the game, but I have a selection of games here that are similar enough.
It's
So-
over.
I have Need for Speed Shift, Need for Speed The Run, Need for Speed Pro Street, and Need for Speed Undercover. And I grabbed 3 more racing games I could find. Project Gotham Racing 4, Forza 4, and
I have the collector's edition of Forza 4.
The Fast and the
Steelbook
Furious.
everything.
I don't know. Any of those interesting to you? You said you have Forza 4?
Yeah, I have Forza 4.
Forza 4?
I mean, I like it, but it's just like a realistic racing sim game, so I think Need for Speed's probably a little bit more flashy, if that's what you're going for, but I mean, Forza 4 had some other stuff in it, but I think most of it was tied to online, so I don't know if you can access that.
No, probably
anymore.
not.
'Cause it was all like all the car bowling and car soccer and whatever else was all on online lobbies. There is some cool stuff in it though. Like you can tour different kinds of cars, and you can like open them up and look inside, and there's like a narrated voice telling you like, oh, this is this here and this here. Like the Halo Warthog is in there, and Cortana will tell you about it or whatever. They got the Top Gear guys before Jeremy Clarkson got canceled to voice it.
Ooh.
For the like car interior touring stuff.
All right, so here are the 4 Need for Speed games. I'm just gonna spin them, and we'll see what we land on.
Okay. I don't even think Jeremy got like canceled for any. No, he might have said something racist or something. He might have done something.
That's a reason to get canceled.
I don't think he committed a the usual kind of crime that people get canceled for otherwise.
Sure, let's
Maybe
leave it
you
at
can
that.
be clear on that one.
Okay, so we're going to Xbox 360. Plugging this game in. Shift. And let me put the
Yippee!
360 back on the thing so I can see what I'm putting in. Okay.
Yippee! 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 Okay. I gotta look at Season Pass. Speed Simulator. Dragon Fruit Chow, very nice. Classic. We love the Dragon Fruit Chow. Water Ninja, don't really care. Spirit Chow. Okay. Some Halloween stuff on there. Oh, I guess they kind of fit into Warlock Shadow, I guess is kind of Halloween-ish.
So nice to. I bought a thing that lets me use my Xbox One controller on the original Xbox and the Xbox 360. Or the Series X. I don't own a Series X, but I like their controller.
Yeah, same. I bought that one. I love the D-pad on the Series X controller.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that, but the indentation with it just feels very good.
It's the clicky thing.
I finally updated this Xbox that I bought and tried to get my old games on it. And why does it think I'm talking to it right now? I'm nowhere near this thing.
I don't know. Why do you have your Kinect plugged into it?
Of course I have to have my Kinect. You can see...
Xbox turn off.
No! It can't hear you.
I know.
You can see the little Kinect window, though, and you can see my bed. Xbox! Play Need for Speed Shift. Huh? Gotta love technology.
That would have been really hard for you to activate the tile there that says play Need for Speed Shift using the controller. So I'm glad they added voice commands, which took way longer. I mean, I get if you were actually using the Kinect to navigate those menus, it can be kind of annoying, but...
Sure. Like, if you're... Because you already have a controller, like, you're using a Kinect, so you don't have a controller, like, set up. But I think you still need a controller no matter what with the Kinect.
I have always hated voice commands for everything. I don't like talking to machines.
Yeah, anytime my phone tries to, like, oh, sorry, did you just say something? Yeah, I just immediately... I shut that thing off. So, I don't have a lot of history with the Need for Speed games. There's one Need for Speed game that I'm looking for. I believe it's Need for Speed Most Wanted, but I bought the Need for Speed game thinking it was the one I wanted, and it turns out they made 2 games titled Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360. One at the early of the launch title, and one near the end because they did the whole reboot thing. But because it was still on the same system, it's very confusing.
Yeah, that is a little bit of an issue.
People rave that the Most Wanted is like one of the best Need for Speed games, but the reboot isn't anything special, from what I heard.
Ah, it's sad.
The reboot just kind of tries too hard to modernize it. But this is the type of game series where they release one every year. Seems like.
The best drivers, the most powerful cars,
Are they still making Need for Speed games?
Um,
It's just not a franchise I pay attention to, much like Call of Duty. Who even makes Need for Speed? It's not Ubisoft, is it?
You need to prove yourself right away.
EA.
EA.
The new skills and test your abilities to move through the tiers. You'll race on world-renowned tracks, gain entry to new competitions, and drive the most sought-after cars in the world. Your goal and final destination is the NFS World.
The last Need for Speed game was 2020. It looks like.
Oh, we're 5 years out of Need for Speed game?
Yeah, and that was also a remaster of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Interesting.
Need for Speed Edge was in open beta and got canceled in 2017. Let's see.
That's not a good
Need
track
for
record.
Speed, Motor City Online was 2001. Can't be right. Where am I? Oh, that's in other games. Sorry. Need for Speed Unbound was 2022. That makes more sense.
Oh, okay.
I was in the wrong category. I just assumed going to the bottom of the list would be the bottom of everything, but I was in like an alternate category area. But yeah, 2022 was the last one, so not too far.
No, and knowing most video games these days, they can live off their live service for long enough that you don't need to make a new title. You just need to make new content, and this is the type of game where that's a really easy thing to do.
Take a lap and we'll get some settings dialed in for you.
Like most, there's not a huge lift in performance. Okay, I am driving the car now.
Oh my gosh, run it off the road.
Okay, you're gonna have to watch the damage out there.
Oh, he did it.
Boy. I mean, I guess driving a car should be pretty simple to understand if you've played any video game, but it is weird to drive a car first person in a video game to me, because I'm so used to behind the back.
Do they have in Forza they have a button to change your view? Do they have, try like the select, yeah, there you go.
What was that? That's a lot better. Oh wow, the car does not turn very good.
It is like just like Forza. They have the same like line with the the green, yellow, red to show you
Sure.
what to
I
brake.
lost my hood earlier.
Oh, that's probably fine.
Oh boy, how do I like drift or something?
I think you're just supposed to brake around the edges. It's a realistic racing game. You don't do drifting. I mean, there might be a way to do it, but it's not like a core mechanic.
Alright, I don't think I'm going to spend too long with this game. This isn't really my type of game, but I also just
Yeah, I
kind of
thought it
want
was going to be more like Most Wanted. I forgot that like the regular Need for Speed games are just sim racing games, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause this is the same as if you had played Forza, except Forza looks a lot nicer,
How about
in my
these?
opinion.
You wanna look 'em in and take another lap?
Yeah, I guess having a story mode isn't really the thing these games do too often, huh? That's what Most Wanted was trying to set up. Yeah, we'll play a little bit of this and then I'll wrap up this stream.
Okie doke.
Any other interesting topics you can think of? Because I don't really have much to say about the Need for Speed franchise.
Oh yeah, I don't really know anything about it. I know that there's a movie that I have not seen.
I did want to watch the movie.
This is your big moment.
That can wait until you've watched all 45 episodes of Cobra Kai that you need to watch to catch up.
I do have a lot of Cobra Kai to catch up on. 45 episodes?
No, I made that up.
Okay, I was gonna say, how many seasons did I miss?
Did we watch the start of the latest season together? Or no?
I don't even remember if we did that. I think we might have talked about it, but we didn't actually watch it.
I know I watched the second batch of episodes on my own, and now the third batch is out and it's over, and we just haven't. You know, we need you to watch it first, either with me or without me, so that we can do the final chunk. Because I would not finish the series without you.
So they've gone back on the movie that they're making is unrelated to the show, right?
Yeah, it seems like it is now. So
Something else had that same issue recently. I think it was Daredevil where like they were making that movie and it's supposed to be a brand new continuity of a thing, and now they're trying to tie that into their original plot, but also the show, and it's just not going to work right apparently.
Yeah. What can
So
you do?
I'm guessing Cobra Kai is going to be the same thing going into the new Karate Kid movie. But it just makes it's dumb that they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I mean, you have so much goodwill with the show. Not everyone loves it, but a lot of people do. Like, why,
It's been one of the
are
best
you really gonna
reboot
throw that
series,
away?
I think.
Yeah, it does a lot right. So,
If you look at all the other franchises that have done their reboots, I feel like Cobra Kai is one of the better. Like, it took all of its characters, it grounded them. It got all the cast back aside from those who have actually just died. So that was a pretty good.
and Hilary Swank, who I don't know, she's busy or something.
Sure. I mean, she's not going to show up like it's an Avengers Endgame portal type. Like, she's, you know. She doesn't really have any connection to the rest of the main cast, so it would be kind of dumb to pull her in.
I don't know. I think it's interesting that she's like the only other like actual student of Mr. Miyagi that we know of.
Okay, fair on that point.
But and like they were looking for senseis and stuff for Miyagi-Do for a while. Like, you know, you could pull in someone else if you really wanted to, who's got a different perspective, maybe on, you know, the different person spent different time with him than what Daniel does.
Did I ever type my name in? Why does it have my name up there? Oh, that's right. We're on modern systems. They pulled that off my Xbox profile, didn't they?
Yeah, probably. Oh, Shield said Daredevil Born Again's a new show, and they were originally going to use the original cast and make up new stuff, but they reworked what they had to turn it into a proper successor.
Yeah, that's basically what I said. I think, though, there's just a lot of issues to go and do that now, because they did Kingpin recently in the Hawkeye show, and he's more like his comic book counterpart, and I think... I didn't watch Daredevil, but I'm pretty sure, like, the big thing in that show is that they catch him for a crime, and then he's, like, arrested for good. Like, he's going away this time for sure. The government's doing it right. We're doing it by the law. And here he is walking around like he's the king of the castle in Hawkeye, because it was supposed to be a different continuity. How are they going to tie those together? I'm sure they'll write some explanation, but you don't just get arrested and then become the mayor.
Well, you theoretically, if we're looking at
well, all right.
American
He
politics.
was going away for 20 years or something in the show. So for him to be out in like after 5 years and now running for office is it's just
it's a little silly.
it kind of ruins whatever the last season ending they had.
Microsoft points.
Oh, Microsoft points. I wonder how many of those I have saved up.
I don't know that you can do that anymore because they reached end of service for the 360.
Oh, you're right. Oh, man. So the reason I got my PlayStation 4 updated was so that I could go onto the PlayStation 3 store and buy things. I've been trying to buy stuff on the PlayStation 3 store because those are still active, but you can't use your credit card on it anymore for some reason.
Oh.
Even though you can still buy things. So you have
Yeah.
to put credit on there, but you can't, because you can't use your credit card on PlayStation 3. You got to do it from something else. So I tried doing it on my computer, and for some reason I can't add funds. I guess they just don't have that service anymore to add the funds on the PlayStation account, because they're just like, oh yeah, you'll just have your credit card in there and you'll just buy things with your credit card. It's probably easier for them to just do that than anything else. I tried on the mobile app. I couldn't add funds on there either. So I realized, I guess the only way I could do this if I get my PlayStation 4 working. So I got that set up so I could buy funds on the PlayStation 4 so I could go buy games on the PlayStation 3. What a roundabout way.
Yeah, skill issue.
I mean, I guess they're just not really trying to promote the PlayStation 3 shop anymore.
Yeah, they don't really care.
Yeah, I think you could add a gift card on PlayStation 3, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to buy one and then find out that it doesn't work on the PlayStation 3, and then I don't have any way to use that.
Shill says he's also in Echo, but hasn't seen that yet either. I've just been tuned out on all Marvel slop for a good minute.
I've been trying to keep up, but it's just getting really hard. All these shows, all these different movies, and then
I think if they were really standout good ones, I would be like, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna watch that. I mean, I saw like Deadpool Wolverine. I thought it was fine.
yeah,
You know, it has some funny moments, some cool moments. You're like, oh yeah. I don't know. I'm glad I saw it, I suppose, but I didn't leave it going like, wow, that was one of the best MCU Marvel
I just find the
superhero
stakes are
movies of all
so
time.
low now with the whole threat, the whole like brought on multiverses stuff. It just kind of means you can do anything without any consequences. The movies felt like they had consequences before, like characters could die and then that would be it for that character, or big character plot lines would happen, like Shield being defunct and stuff. But
Yeah.
now you're saying multiverses exist, so whatever we want could happen. Does it make sense? No, but we can make it happen because we want it to. You can have 3 different Spider-Man in there. You can have, your dead characters come back.
I think
Wolverine.
multiverse stuff would be fine if you approached it from the standpoint of like this character is in another world, right? Like we just have a different continuity for this character, and just so we can do an entirely self-contained story and have total creative freedom.
Well, that
And
says
then
everybody with a fan.
if we want to do Avengers down the line or whatever and include them, we can throw them in. You know, that's how you should do it. But
Right.
instead, everyone's still in the same world, but then there's also multiverse stuff where there's like there are other universes.
Everyone's plot has been revolving around multiverse threats now, and dealing with multiverse issues, and so it's just becoming very like we're overplayed this concept before we even had the major like. If they didn't do any of these multiverse things and they just had all these different stories self-contained in their own universes, and then they have one big movie where all these universes become brought together for one big thing, that would have been way better than what they've been doing.
I suppose it would be a little bit hard because you have to explain to the audience like, I know that you've seen all these other things before, and you know that they're all in the same world, they're all connected, but these ones aren't. But then they are going to be. You know, maybe that's just a gap that they've already set an expectation. It's hard to go back at this point. But I don't know. Just don't do the multiverse thing then. If that's your only option is to do it bad. I mean, what else? What do they even have going on? Right? Like Fantastic Four is the only one that's going to be set in a different continuity,
Right.
and then they're immediately that's the lead up movie into Avengers. They're doing it one time, and then
Right.
it flows directly into Avengers. It's a little bit silly.
You could say Deadpool Wolverine is its own universe. Um,
Yeah, kind of. I will even accept that. That's two. I'll count Deadpool's universe as his own.
but then I think they should have just done like different movies because I don't know. They've been trying to. If they just restarted and did like, hey, we're gonna do a new Iron Man movie with just a different actor, I feel like that would have. I mean, I don't know if it would have been successful, but it would have been better.
We're
lead
gonna
into
do Armor Wars for real this time, guys. We're gonna actually put out Armor Wars.
Yeah, they just don't know what to do with the multiverse stuff. There's no consistent story writing between them, so they all feel like different versions of a multiverse story, and then that just makes them feel very less connected and make all the stakes feel less.
I mean, it's weird because there's a lot of the thing with Marvel is that they don't really allow for a lot of creative freedom on every project. So theoretically, it should all tie together
It
really
should've.
well because they have such a tight grip on everything. But it still feels like they have no direction and no clear idea of what they want to do. It's like, I don't know, just take a break then, maybe if you have to. But they just make so much money, there's no way to stop the machine. They're like, well, we just have to keep going. And if the next one isn't good, we'll just make another one.
They kind of ran out of new characters to make iconic. They did all the big ones who were actually well known from comic books, and then they're trying to find the same success with Guardians of the Galaxy, where they just take an oddball team that maybe most like normal people don't know and turn them into a big thing, and it's just not
That was
working.
the original blueprint for the MCU in general, because Iron Man wasn't super well known, and he was
Exactly.
the first one that they did, and it popped off. It's like, okay, you know, you totally can do this stuff. you've just been doing a really bad job about it. Nobody cares about these characters because they're not making a really interesting, good film like the first Iron Man is. Not that it's like cinema masterpiece, but it was a really unique take on like
I don't know.
taking
There's
characters
a
like
whole
Iron Man
cultural
and really
impact thing
modernizing
too,
him.
where they really pushed Iron Man. Like he was everywhere, and every time they've done one of these things, they've done a really big job about it. And now lately, they just don't really feel like a big deal when they do something new.
I think part of that, um, I think they pushed really hard on Captain Marvel and then also the Marvels, and I don't think they were seeing their money coming back on those ones.
Yeah,
Because
definitely not.
I'm not saying I haven't seen ads for the new Captain America movie, but I haven't been seeing like merch for it. Like you could go to
I've been seeing merch for it,
like the
but
grocery
it's
store
like
and
you're
you would see Captain Marvel stuff on the shelves.
right. No,
It
they
was
did
it
your
was
typical
crazy.
merch round for it that they normally do. They always try to keep things secret in the movie, so like unless it's in the trailers, it's probably not getting a big merch. But I think that movie just also had a huge production issue because they had merchandise out way before movie script was finalized with some of the stuff. So they just
Yeah,
kind of
you
killed
had a
hype.
lot of rewrites, yeah.
They killed hype early.
Well, maybe it was their fault for putting the Israeli superhero in there, not considering that there may be an upcoming global conflict. They
Uh,
had to redo that, and I think there was another reshoot for something else too, but just bad timing.
am I stuck here? Can I not reverse?
Yeah, the McDonald's thing was a year ago. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you
Boy,
go. Come on.
I am not used to driving like realistic cars in a video game.
Forza's kind of fun when you turn on realistic damage because you can just ram full speed into a wall and then your car's broken and you can barely move. But yeah, McDonald's was like a year ago, and there was some stuff in there that was like changed.
Yeah, I don't remember the character's name at the moment, but there was like a purple
Barbara.
hair girl who I think she was relevant to like the Lizard League or something.
Oh, sorry, not Sombra. Sabra. I was thinking of the dumb Overwatch character. But yeah, you might be right. I was talking about the Israeli superhero one that everyone was upset about.
She is still in the movie.
Yeah, they just majorly reduced what she does, I think.
Yeah, I don't think she really has much of like a story thing going on. I tried to watch the movie. I fall asleep during it, so
Dang.
I don't know. I think I'm just
I probably
sleepy.
won't get out to see it. If it's put on in front of me, I might watch for Harrison Ford, but I don't know. I just never really liked Falcon very much. So, like, I get it's symbolic, whatever, that he's Captain America now. I don't really care one way or the other. Um, I don't dislike Anthony Mackie, I suppose.
No, I don't have any issues
Uh,
with that. I think
I just don't think he's that interesting. So, it's hard to like get invested in it. He doesn't have the charisma of a uh, Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans to an extent. I think Robert Downey Jr. is like the headliner, but and just hate that he's Doctor Doom.
I
No
don't
good.
get that. It's a character you want to have in a mask most of the time, and when you're going to hire a big actor name like that, you're going to obviously have him unmask a lot. And like the whole point is that his face is messed up, like he shouldn't be looked at the whole time.
Yeah.
But I just know they're going to take that mask off a bunch. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably. It'll be sad, and then it'll be like, wow, it's just like remember when? Remember Tony Stark? Remember?
Again,
Well,
multiverse stuff, they can
it's
just bring
weird that they
actors
didn't do
back
that.
and say they're new characters. Kind of takes away some of the stake of it. They could just bring back an Iron Man who is, Robert Downey Jr. again.
Cruise.
They could bring in the Tom Cruise Iron Man as a joke.
The people demand. They want it.
Don't know.
Not even as a joke. Just get him back in there. Iron Man's back. He's done with Mission Impossible movies after that last one.
Is he?
I think he said that's the last one. Or at least that was like the plan for it. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But he's getting old, so
Sure.
You know, how many more cliffs can he jump off of at his age?
Maybe one.
Maybe two.
I think just
But
one.
you know, you don't want to test out that limit and have him die during the filming. So
All right. Well, I am done. Need for Speed Shift, and I think I'm just done with the stream in general. But we went through what 4 games this was.
yeah, what's the final Need for Speed Shift game
Oh yes,
rating?
I have to rank these. Okay. I mean,
The people demand the ranking. It's their favorite part, other than the wheel.
well, I have to find Need for Speed Shift on here. The Run, Pro Street.
You really could just Control F. Probably. I would assume that's a function in Excel.
Yeah. There it is. That is becoming a played game, and it is getting.
It's a 5, right? It was just like okay. Or is it
Yeah, I think it
flow
was just
into-
okay. I mean, I'm thinking this is my own personal list, so it's really like the games that appeal to me.
Yeah.
I would probably put that at 4. I just, it's not my kind of game. I think it's really repetitive just to keep doing races. I don't care about cars. This is my ranking, right? So if I didn't
Yeah.
really enjoy a game, I didn't really think there was much I could learn from that kind of game either.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing about simulation racers are just how close can we get it to feeling like a real car.
Right.
And then that also goes with, like, that and Forza.
I thought the controls
are
are just
If
really-
you want to get really into it, you would invest in a racing wheel and racing pedals.
Yeah, I just thought the controls of the car were just really stiff like a real car. Like, it just didn't feel right in a video game sense. So it's just not a game that I would really want to play more of. I do plan to try out some of the other Need for Speed games, but I mainly just want to try out Most Wanted. That's the, if I'm going to play any of them, it's going to be Most Wanted.
Yeah.
2005 is the one I'm looking for. I have the 2014.
I wanted this game as a kid, but instead got the search for Pirate Pig's treasure. Awesome note.
Yeah, Dora the Explorer Super Spy. I should have that.
I'm sorry that you don't have that. It was taken from you.
They took that from me, Carmine. They took that. That day was the day. Today. I like that Toby movie. All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream now. So goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for checking out.
I'm gonna die, probably.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, if I'm not here the next time a stream goes live, it means I'm dead. That's the only option.
Yeah. So I will have to find a replacement for Sherlock next time we do a stream. All right. See you guys. Goodbye.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for coming
Bye.